She's calling in? Okay. Okay, is everyone ready? Okay. Okay, we're going to call the meeting to order, please. And please stand for the flag salute. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, thank you. This meeting is convened in accordance with the provisions of the Open Public Meetings Act of New Jersey. Let the official minutes reflect that adequate notice of this meeting has been provided by publishing a notice in the Asbury Park Press and the Star Ledger on Wednesday, January 7th, 2026, and thereafter posting same on Town Hall Bulletin Board for such notices, and filing same with the Township Clerk pursuant to a resolution adopted by the Township Council on Thursday, January 1st, 2026. The meeting dates have also been posted on the Township webpage. Okay, thank you. I just want to add one more thing. So I'm going to ask everyone this evening to do your best. Speak when it's your turn to speak during public comment, and direct all questions to me and council and myself. Will be gentlemen and a lady going forward, and our town is better than this in the past meetings. So let's all give an effort to have a decent and a good meeting this evening, and get the town's business done in the right way. Thank you. Okay, yeah, all right. Roll call, please.
Okay. Councilman Bradley?
Here.
Councilman Bianchini?
Here.
Council Vice President Iverson?
Here.
Council President Sikosi?
Here.
Councilman Coleman?
Here.
Councilman Aber?
Here.
Councilwoman O'Toole?
Here.
Okay. Oh, okay.
Item number 5 is the minutes from the May 27th, 2026.
All right, before we start,
Council meeting.
Councilman Bianchini wants to make an announcement for a resident, a longtime resident here in Toms River, that probably everybody that has a boat knows this man and his family. So, Mr. Councilman Bianchini, you want to say a few words?
I'd like for everybody at this moment to take 30, 60 seconds, a moment of silence for George Convery, which was a lifelong resident of Toms River, business owner on Fisher Boulevard. He passed away Friday. We lost a perfect gentleman. So if we can, please pay respect to him, please.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right. And I just want to remind everyone about their cell phones being on silent. Okay, thank you. And the reason Councilman Bianchini is emotional because they were very, very good friends. And and he was a stand-up guy, a good man, father, grandfather, husband. He was a fireman too. Yes, thank you. And he was a good resident of Toms River, so he's going to be missed. But his name will live on. Okay, thank you. All right, Steve, go ahead.
Okay. Item number 5 is the minutes from the May 27th, 2026 council meeting.
Motion to move the minutes.
I'll second.
Motion was made by Council Vice President Nivison, seconded by Councilman Bianchini. Council Vice President Nivison,
Yes.
Councilman Bianchini,
Yes.
Councilman Bradley,
Yes.
Council President Zakozy,
Yes.
Councilman Coleman,
Yes.
Councilman Aber,
Yes.
Councilwoman O'Toole,
Councilman Bianchini? Yes. Councilman Bradley? Yes. Council President Zakozy? Yes. Councilman Coleman? Yes. Councilman Aber? Yes. Councilwoman O'Toole? Yes.
Okay, thank you.
So item number 6, we have one honoring resolution and presentation tonight, honoring Girl Scout Angelina.
Is she here this evening? Oh, there she is. All right. You want to go down? Sure.
One honoring resolution and presentation tonight.
Good.
All right. Wow,
It's for
you got
you.
a lot of badges. Okay.
Ton of badges, but it wasn't just the badges. Angelina, how many cookies did you sell? How many boxes of cookies?
642.
642 boxes of cookies.
Wow, that's wonderful.
Capitalism is alive and well in Tom's River.
That's wonderful. All right, so turn around so everyone can get pictures. And I'm going to try to read this for everybody. Okay. Whereas Angelina sold 642 boxes of Girl Scout cookies this season, and whereas Angelina is a very bright, bubbly 9-year-old, she is completing the 3rd grade and looking forward to summer vacation. What school do you go? Can't mention that? Well, go ahead. I think it would be okay. What elementary school do you go to?
Hooper Avenue.
Hooper Avenue. Okay, that's great. All right. And whereas after school, Angelina trains as PPK 6 days per week to earn her black belt in martial arts. She is currently a red belt and will be testing for brown this month. And whereas Angelina makes time for Girl Scouts as a Juliet, she has been in Scouts since 1st grade and will bridge to junior this summer. And whereas when Angelina grows up, she is thinking about becoming a veterinarian because she loves animals. And now, therefore, you can read that.
This part's my part. Therefore, I, Daniel T. Roderick, by the virtue and authority vested in me as mayor of the Township of Toms River and the County of Ocean, on behalf of the council members and the residents of Toms River, do hereby recognize and honor Angelina Teresa Catalini and wish her the best of luck in all future endeavors.
Okay, very good. Okay, thank you. You can hang that in your room. Come back here and let your parents get a better picture. Here, turn them around. Okay. Yeah. Get closer. 642 boxes. That's amazing. That's right. Okay, thank you. You're welcome. Thank you. This is me, right? Yep. Okay. This is what Tom's River is about our children and the future of our children here. So this was wonderful. And our last meeting, we had an Eagle Scout here, a high school, and he was also a very impressive young man. So this is the best part of the job for me, and I think for everybody here. All right, so clerk, so go ahead, take it away.
Item number 7 is a presentation of the 2026 municipal budget. I believe we can just take a voice vote to start the presentation.
Okay, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none? Okay. Please state your first and last name and the company.
Yes, sir. Thank you very much, everybody. Jerry Conity from Holman Friendly Allison. We're the auditors for the Township of Toms River. Here to talk about the 2026 budget that has been already introduced. And the public hearing will be tonight. Just a little bit on the process for the budget. Obviously, you guys introduced the budget in April. So tonight will be the public hearing on that budget. Also on the agenda is an amendment. The state required the township to revise some of the classifications that were submitted in the introduced budget. So that's why you also see on the agenda for tonight a resolution amending that budget. It's really just reclassifying items within the budget. It doesn't increase or decrease the budget really at all. The other piece, so what then happens is after that amendment, you can't adopt your budget tonight. After that amendment is approved, pending it's approved, that will then be advertised, and at your next meeting in July, there will be a public hearing on the amendment itself, and then you can adopt your budget at that point, all right? So I'll talk a little bit about the tax impact of the budget and the spending in the budget, as well as fund balance, so we'll go through that a little bit real quick for you. So I think the key driver is municipal tax rate has remained flat. So that's the great news. It's flat. It was also flat last year. So tax rate, municipal tax rate has stayed the same going back to 2024. All right. Here's a little analysis of the surplus as put together by management. And I want to thank Dottie Gallagher for putting these slides together for you guys. So you can see where the township ended fiscal year 25 at about $64 million in surplus. That really allowed the township to be able to utilize a lot more in the current year to make sure that that tax rate stayed flat. Decrease in our spending year over year. The real big reason for that decrease is the savings in debt service. We're down about $3.26 million in the debt service between the 2 years. Some of the key stats in terms of the tax rate. Again, as I mentioned, the tax rate remains unchanged going back to 2024. The municipal piece, at least, anyway. Obviously, the schools and the county control their own budgets and set their own rates. For an average assessed home in the township is $450,600. The municipal piece of taxes on a house valued at that amount is $1,969.12. 1 cent, every 1 cent change in the tax rate, what does that equate to? For the average homeowner, it equates to $41.06. For the municipality, every 1 cent increase on the tax levy generates another $2,057,000. Again, the tax rate for the municipal portion stays flat. And this next slide just gives you a kind of a little analysis of what the overall taxpayer, when they pay their taxes, how much is going to where. So you can see the municipal piece makes up about 21% of the average tax bill. The lion's share of taxes that are collected from homeowners is going to our schools at 55%, again, 21% to the county. Overall, tax impact for a municipality of that average assessed value that we talked about, that $450,600 valued home. So overall, the property taxes would be $9,561.73. Again, that's inclusive of the county, the municipality, the school, special improvement districts, the fire districts, all of it, everything all in. Why'd you wait till the end, John? Sorry about that, everybody.
Do you want to recap for the public
I
record, or?
think everybody heard him. He's got a good voice.
I got a loud mouth. All right, and debt service. So included in the budget is paying off $8.8 million in debt service, $8,820,000. Also included in the 2026 budget are various capital projects, paving over 15 miles of roads. Oh, that
Why-
echo got you. Installed tide check valves to reduce flooding in over 70 roadways. New playground equipment at Bay Lee, Winding River, and Skyview Parks. Ortley Beach boardwalk and streetscape projects are underway, and the design of several new parks and spray parks is nearly complete. So that's pretty much the summary of what we want to talk about, especially the tax side of things for this year's budget. So with that, I'm happy to answer any questions, and we have a public hearing tonight, so I'll stick around for that too.
Could you explain to council how you look at the numbers and go through everything? I mean, do you directly work with our CFO, or you get everything independent?
Yeah, so we don't actually put together the budget. Your CFO and the administration, they put together the budget of where the spending is all spent. What we do is we look at the budget to make sure it's compliant with everything in regards to the state statutes, in regard to the spending plans and things like that. So what I can tell you is it's a very responsible budget. The utilization of surplus, again, as the surplus goes up, obviously you want to try and utilize that to help stabilize taxes and be able to spend for some of those one-time capital items. It's one of the reasons why you see some of that capital spending that's going on there. So,
Okay, so in your opinion and what you looked at, everything is in compliance?
yep, and the state has given their okay pending the amendment. Again, the amendment resolution that's on for introduction tonight has been reviewed by the state and blessed by them, and pending that approval, then you guys are, and the hearing at next month's meeting, they've given their sign off on the budget as well.
Council President,
Why is there the back,
I don't know. But I had,
delay and then the TVs.
oh, okay, got it.
unless at this point, maybe we should shut the TVs since the presentation is over, and that would probably eliminate that problem. You want to
Okay.
do that? Mr. Severino, can you shut the TVs? Not, these things, because it's,
Hopefully
has a delay that's driving Council President crazy. Two questions. First, I don't think you stated what you actually do. You're the auditor, correct? And you bid that, correct? Every year? You put in for that and you bid it? Okay. How long have you been the auditor?
Me personally,
The firm?
I'm not sure.
Well over a decade, right?
Yeah.
And
And then my only other question is how much less spending is there this year over year? That wasn't in the, am I correct when I say it's about $1 million?
Yeah, that sounds about right. Is that right? Sound about right to you?
Million less this year. So that was the that's the only point that I would like to make.
And just add, how many years have you been doing Tom's River as
Myself.
auditor? It's been a while.
He's not a young man anymore.
7?
7?
7 years,
Yeah.
okay, all right. Thank you. Okay, any council members have questions of this gentleman? Come on, you gotta have something for the budget. Spending, no? Okay, all right, now I'm gonna open up to the public. If there's anyone, please come forward.
Steve, do we have to open, do we have to close the presentation and open the public hearing?
Oh, but they're gonna ask him questions, though.
Well, we
Okay.
Yeah,
So
you
I
gotta-
need a motion to close the presentation and council questions. All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none. Now I need a motion to open it up to the public for questioning.
I'll make a motion.
I'll second it.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none. Okay, thank you for waiting.
Oh, you're-
State your name
My name is Joanne Greenberg, 2931 Crestview Lane in Toms River. Two questions. One is, that's great about no tax increase and everything that's being talked about. That sounds so good. I would like to know how many job positions, people, and services have been cut or are still open and not filled that made that happen. Is that possible?
I don't think he knows that.
We haven't done any reduction this year.
No, but.
In fact, as far, oh, I'm sorry. Did you want me to answer or no? I apologize. I thought you were,
Yeah, just, so.
do you want me to go?
I'm going to try to answer a question, and then you can.
Okay,
go
I'm sorry. I thought you
second,
were
all right?
motioning to me.
So,
Go ahead.
That is an excellent question, and I'm sure it's on everybody's mind here. And do I know for a fact, and we're going to have discrepancies, but we could talk about that. You know, we have the police department and personnel in town hall and everywhere else, but the exact number, I don't know.
Okay, well, I would just like to make a statement. I don't know for sure, but I feel very strongly that there's a lot of cuts that are hurting Toms River to make it sound like this is helping Toms
Okay,
River.
but you could do that at the end, the public comment.
Okay.
Just for questions now.
Gotcha. That was my
Okay?
question. Thank you.
That's perfect. Thank you.
Council President,
Yes.
did you want me to?
Yes,
Yeah,
please.
so as far as the police department, as of last night, we hired 6 new cops. 5 are supposed to start, I believe, next week. And we found one excellent candidate last night out of 3, and we're going to continue to fill all positions until maximum. That's been the plan. As far as the police department also, I would just like to point out that this budget is not only fantastic in regard to spending, but we've also cut agreements with all of the bargaining units now. We're almost settled with everyone, and most units are getting about 3.5% this year, and 3% for 3 more years, which is 50% higher than was given in the last 3 contracts, where it was only 2%. So we're investing in our workforce and helping them to combat inflation, while we continue to do the right thing by taxpayers. So as far as, like I said, cuts are concerned, there have been no cuts as far as employees are concerned this year.
Okay, thank you. Mayor, I would like to ask you a question about the police officers, because
Yes,
this
sir.
is the first time I'm hearing about it.
You were invited to come.
Yeah, I know, but the time that
Gotcha.
you were having interviews, I was unavailable at that. Are these police officers from other townships, or
Yeah, we've had
can you?
5, and the person we met last night that we liked last night was 6. So that's 6, and they were all, yes, already police officers. So what's terrific about that is they're already certified, so you don't have to invest in all the costs, and they could start it almost immediately.
Okay, that's very good. Were any veterans?
Actually, the gentleman last night that we liked was a veteran. I don't know if I'm really supposed to be, and now he probably knows he got hired, but.
Okay, that's fine.
Yeah.
Because I know that was an important
Yes.
requirement
Big,
for you.
big goal, yeah, big
Okay.
goal, big goal.
All right, thank you. All right, yes, Mr. Galante, state your name, and we all know you live in Toms River, so that's good.
1149 Cherokee Court, Toms River. I was brought to my attention that the live feed for the gentleman's presentation was not heard, was cut off, something happened to it. So is there any way that your information can be repeated to anybody watching without you having to redo it again?
That's what I was saying. You sure you don't want to do it again?
Yeah, you should.
I think,
Yeah.
Okay.
if you're okay with that,
Okay.
Mr. Conity, though, has
How's
that,
that?
we would have to really move, though, because I know Mr. Conity has a whole other town he's got to do today, and he submitted to come in tonight for the betterment of it.
Possible. What,
Can I come back up then, let him?
Yeah,
Yeah, if that's okay. Mr. Conity, are you okay with that? We're getting close. You sure?
okay.
Yeah, I wish we would have just went and did that. Let's-
What was the
let's-
technical problem? The TVs?
No, his mic was turned off at the location where he was
Oh,
speaking.
the microphone, okay.
Yeah.
All right, I'll hit the highlights real fast. So municipal taxes are going to remain flat in the budget that's presented before everybody for public hearing tonight. Surplus with the township ended 2025 with a higher surplus, $64.13 million in surplus. Allowed the township to use a little bit more of surplus than in prior year. So that's why you see the big jump in surplus utilized in fiscal year 26, going from about 9.4 up to $17.5 million. One of the reasons for that helped keep the tax rate stable is a decrease in our debt service. So debt service decreased about $3.26 million between the 2 years. And then some of the key tax statistics for the municipality. Again, the tax rate remains flat for the municipal portion of taxes. That remains 43.7 cents per $100 of assessed value. Again, that's the same going back to 2024. The average assessed home in the township is $450,600. The municipal taxes on a home at that value is $1,969.12. What question often comes up, what's 1 penny on the tax rate for individuals and the township? So every penny increase or decrease to the tax rate affects a homeowner by $41.06 annually. For the municipality, every increase or decrease affects your revenue by $2,057,069.45. Again, no tax increase, and then the municipal portion of the taxes makes up about 21%. You can see from this chart, again, another 21% goes to the county as well, and then 55% goes to your school district, 1% goes to open space, and then 3% goes between the special improvement districts and the fire districts. I think right around here is where the feed picked up, but I'll keep going. But again, for $450,600 assessed home, which is the average in the township, the total tax burden across all taxing entities is $9,561.73. Included in the budget is paying off bond principal of $8,820,000. And then capital projects in the 2026 budget, Township is planning to pave over 15 miles of roads, installed tide check valves to reduce the flooding in over 70 roadways, new playground equipment at Bailey, Winding River, and Skyview Parks, Ortley Beach Boardwalk and Streetscape projects, and design of several new parks is underway and nearly complete. So blew through that quick. So thank you very much. I'm sorry for the cutout there before for the people that didn't hear the beginning, but.
Thank you for coming tonight. Appreciate it.
Mr.
Dave, I'd like to just clarify one thing.
Okay.
I'd just like to clarify one thing. Wasn't the tax rate flat 2 years prior also? 23 and 22?
It was like 2 years prior, it was flat too.
So for the last 4 years, not just 2 years?
Yeah, correct.
Okay.
I'm not sure which year the 7% hike came, so I can't say definitively whether it was the last 2 years or whether it was one in between.
One other
He's-
thing was the services have been cut drastically in the town in order for that flat rate.
Okay.
Staffing and code enforcement, police, animal shelter, if the list goes on and on, that's how the flat rate has been obtained.
Okay. Point well taken. Thank you. All right, Mr. Galante.
Galante, Tom's River.
Something funny? Mr.
Spending-
Penny? What's the funny?
Tom, let's keep it cool.
No,
tonight.
well, our council's laughing at,
I know, but
At us.
that's fine. Listen, guys, please.
I didn't say anything.
All right, but
Yeah, you're taking
please.
up my time, you know.
Okay.
Thank you.
All right.
Okay. Spending is down? Really? Okay.
Million. 1 million.
Nobody can argue it was 0% tax increase, but spending is down. And
All
I'm
right,
sorry, I haven't had a chance.
Direct it toward me, okay?
I haven't had a chance to study the budget, but some general questions. Have you unfolded all the money, the math in the budget? To be able to understand everything, to make a
I
vote
have
tonight?
it right here, and I underlined everything in yellow that went up, and honestly, everyone, I don't understand it, really, and I'm being totally honest, but the surplus, which I always used to get in trouble with, you know, is
Why not?
is up, is up. So, you know, these are numbers, and they look good, but to your point is a lot of the salaries and wages are up, and they're not broken down individually. They're just they're all grouped into the departments, and I have questions like why are some departments blank for 2026 because they don't know that number yet. So
Well, that's part of the difficulty, because when all the way the township business was done, it's hard to follow all this and evaluate it compared to the previous years.
But-
To answer a question from the woman that was here before, rumor had it, I mean, if you start taking animal shelter, police officers, code enforcement, rumor has it, we're down 80 employees. Now,
Yeah.
I'm surprised that nobody has that number. Somebody should get that number.
I think it's more like
That's pretty
100.
important when it comes to the budget, because that's
all right,
my.
Mayor, I'll give you a chance.
All right.
Thank you.
As far as being down 80
Let
employees.
him answer you.
Yeah.
Yeah, the township only has about 150 employees since I'm here, and I'm on the dais since 2018. So as far as code enforcement too, I'd like to address that. No one reduced code enforcement staff at all. We did eliminate the animal shelter. I did say that would save $1 million. I know folks disagreed with me about my number, but these are all real numbers. And as far as employee line items going up, we just explained, right, that we bargained with folks collectively, and they have that right to do that, and you have to negotiate, and we did, and we wanted to do something better for the employees because of the costs, rising costs. Inflation is a major tax on everyone, and every bargaining unit has gotten either 3% or in excess of that for the next 4 years to help to try to combat that for them. And we did all of that while increasing capital spending and things like that. And I'm very proud of what we did. You know, I know there are folks here that might be upset about individual things here and there, but overall, I think it's a great budget, and I hope that addresses the issues regarding employees. There's no way we would be able to hemorrhage 80 employees. We're responsible for about 150.
All right, thank you, Mayor. Okay, I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
No, that's a lot of money, okay?
Yes.
All right, so.
We were 450
and
with
I'm
all
also looking
departments,
at
right? 150 in
money
town
that
hall.
Re-entered our budget.
450
Gentlemen,
all in,
just
150 at
said-
town hall, another 150 at DPW.
I'm looking at the money that just re-entered the budget from listening to the presentation, that our debt service is way down. That was $8 million.
Paid off debt too, yeah.
It's money that would have been a cost that would be added into, I don't know whether you call it fund balance, revenue.
And we didn't
whatever
borrow a
it
lot of
may be.
money. We've been very good at it.
Okay, I mean, there's
Sorry.
more and more to this to be able to unfold, okay? And I'm also looking at, my big question is the cap bank, that back in April, the ordinance was done, and you exceeded from 2.5 to 3.5. Now, out of $47 million budget, that's $5 million. Where does that money come from? Where does that money go to? Now, I understand at the meeting I asked the question, I was told about salaries,
Okay.
and that was negotiations or whatever. But, you know, where is all this? I mean, that's a lot of, and if it's not spent and used, needs to be used within 2 years, that money goes into our surplus. And again, how much of the surplus are we spending down? Thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank you. Good point, sir.
Council President, you want the
need-
auditor or myself to explain about the cap bank?
Sure.
Essentially,
Okay.
we cut spending.
ex-
Yeah, but let him hear it and he'll,
Okay.
we cut spending. The initial year, we were here by about 9%, $11 million. But there's a cap on how much you can increase spending each year. We're still spending $6 million less than we were when we got here, but costs rise. But you have to stay under a certain amount, and sometimes it's not possible because of the rising costs of employees and inflation and things like that. So we moved some of the money that we didn't raise the year before into this year. And I'll just turn over to the auditor to check me for accuracy.
Yeah, that's correct. Essentially, the state statute is municipalities can't increase their budget by more than 2% without approving a cap bank ordinance. What that cap bank ordinance does is does two things. One, it allows municipalities to go up to 3.5%. They allow you to take an extra 1.5% over that 2% cap. And then the other thing that allows you to do is bank. Bank the amount that is underneath that cap to be able to utilize. It's available to you for the 2 succeeding budgets. Really what that does is it allows a municipality to, if your spending is lower in a given year and maybe you're not utilizing all of that cap in a particular budget, it gives you the flexibility, some budget flexibility that in the subsequent year, if your budget starts to go up significantly more than you expected, it gives you the opportunity to utilize some of that bank to help stabilize the taxes there. So
this is spending, not taxes, spending cap
yes.
bank.
Yes.
Okay, thank you. State your name for the record, please.
Debbie Kersey, Bartine Street, Toms River, New Jersey. I have 2 questions, and then I would just like a clarification. So the $9 million in bonds, were those bonds that came due, that we paid? So they were due, so we had to pay them. The $3.2 million debt reduction how was that performed? How did we reduce the debt reduction?
It was less in the current year.
Meaning we paid off more than we borrowed. Paid off
Just
more
your
than we
annual
borrowed.
maturity schedule of your bonds.
Okay,
The
so
debt
that-
service was less in this year than it was in prior years.
Okay. And then my last question is, auditors, as I understand it, you just make sure that we conform to the regulations.
That's correct.
You do not attest to the budget itself if it's something that taxpayers,
Correct.
council.
We're not
So
involved, correct.
You're just looking to make sure that we meet the regulations imposed by the state. And
Yes.
that's all that you do.
Yep.
Not to minimize
Yes.
that, but.
And that's
for the
why.
purposes of everybody here.
Yes,
just
and
to
that's
make
why
sure.
as questions are asked of reduction of salaries and things like that and positions, that's why I'm looking towards management to be able to answer those questions, because we're not involved in the actual preparation of the numbers. We help make sure that the numbers appear in the compliance with what the state statutes and their guidelines say.
Okay. And then my last question is the town council going to have an opportunity to review the budget, all of the budget? Because if I recall last year, you approved a budget, we didn't have revenue from beach badges. There were a lot of things that were missing,
Yeah.
and it was approved anyway. Now with the new slate of,
So-
council people, I'm just hoping
So-
that you're going to go over the budget more
Yes, we are.
carefully and be afforded that opportunity to do so. Not
From
saying
now
that
to the
there's,
next meeting in July, we're going to go over it the best we can. But please remember, it's not the council's budget, it's the
I
mayor and administration.
but you represent us, so you're
That's
just making
correct.
sure that,
Oh,
And
happy.
and we're trying hard,
I know.
okay?
Okay.
And asking a lot of questions.
Okay.
And and we're making progress. Little progress, but I'll take anything as long as it's going forward for the benefit of the town.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, you're welcome. Thank
Council
you.
President, can we have the auditor, can we please ask the auditor to address what happens if we don't have a budget and we don't make the amendments that the state asked us to make?
Okay, you heard the mayor,
And
and
what could potentially happen to our credit rating? What could potentially happen in terms of fines, things along those lines?
So potentially, there could be negative impacts from the credit rating agencies. They may look negatively on it, on instability on the financial side of things. The state has statutes in place that if budgets are not adopted by specific dates and timelines, sometimes they grant some exceptions on those, but council members and governing body members and things like that could also be fined.
It's 100 a day, right, per council
Yes.
person,
Yeah, it used to be
$100 per
25.
day?
A recent bill that they passed at the end of last year increased.
And
that.
that's,
If we don't pass on time.
that's in their individual capacity?
Yes.
okay, thank you. Yes, good evening, Julie.
Hi, Julie Adamek, 69 Cedar Grove Road. I had a few questions. One was, why are certain expenditures increasing?
Why?
Why?
I-
Well,
For
for example, the money that's allocated to fireworks, tribute bands, et cetera, which, you know, is kind of fluff.
Okay, the mayor can answer that if he would.
Yeah, that's all in the recreation budget. I don't look at township recreation as fluff. I look at it something for the taxpayers, for their families, for their children. I think of events like that, our summer camp, and the programs we do, and the things we invest in our parks and the concerts. I don't look at that as fluff. I look at that as a fundamental part of our job as a municipality, is to provide recreation. And I'm glad we're investing more in our families as opposed to spending it on other things.
What is being done to protect taxpayers from a public safety standpoint?
I'm not sure I
Well,
understand.
obviously, we're down all of these police officers. We have an extraordinarily high accident rate. We have pedestrians and bikers being killed and injured on the road. So, I mean, what's being done to protect the taxpayers and safety-wise?
You heard the mayor this evening saying that new 6 police officers are coming on board that we desperately need, and we need more.
14 in all until we're at maximum. That was the goal of the chief and my goal. And we should have them all on by the end of the summer.
By the end of the summer. Okay.
How is the surplus being used?
That's at the
It's not, it's
mayor's
surplus, right?
discretion.
Plus was up to about $17 million in the current year, and that's for essentially to help support the budget as a whole. It's not a particular line item.
Okay, and what spending can be reduced or redirected?
Sure. That's a tough question. I'm not going to pick anything.
I mean, just just driving around town, I think any resident or any council member, the mayor, the business administrator should be looking at the condition of the town, and which looks like a dump presently, and
Okay.
we have a shortage of code enforcement.
All right,
So,
Council Vice Chair
I think we could-
Nivison
We
will
could redirect some of the money that's going to the splash parks that nobody actually wants for code enforcement. You know, more citations written. I don't see any being written anywhere. It's just, it's a dump everywhere.
Right.
Yes,
Everywhere you
it's-
look, it's
it's-
the grass or weeds. It's
or
mostly
just
weeds.
trash
15
everywhere.
to 20 inches.
Trash in
every-
people's
Every
yards.
street, every
5
neighborhood.
families in these rentals. There's no occupancy codes anymore
Okay.
like there used to be inside the cabinet door in the kitchen. You know, if it's a 2-bedroom, you have 3 people living there, not 10. So
Okay, all right.
that's
Let's-
where it needs to be redirected.
Okay, let's stay on topic. Thank you, Julie. Thank you. Good evening.
Hi, First of all, sorry for my appearance. I was just coaching softball. My name is Laura Dentro, and I live on Monroe Avenue in Toms River. Just a question, going through the budget, I noticed that the mayor's office salary and wages are increasing from $75,000 to $180,000. What is the reasoning behind that?
I don't believe that's his salary. I think it's the
No,
whole
my salary
department.
hasn't, mayor's
correct?
salary hasn't been raised since 2000 and, when did Brush get in? 2001 or something like that? So the mayor's office pays the line item also for the secretaries.
So
So it's not gone up.
It's not specific. It includes the entire office,
Staff, yeah,
secretaries,
secretaries,
whatever,
Yes.
whatever.
And their
is
health
included.
care, I believe, and things like, or just
Okay, so
healthcare
have
stuff.
health care costs. Is this general raises for everyone in the mayor's office? Has health care costs gone up?
Everyone.
Is this
Everyone has
supplies?
gotten an inflation adjustment, and we're almost done with all the bargaining groups. I think we had to settle every single contract over the course of 2 years, and I think we're 2 away from being done with them all.
Okay,
And we have to bake that in. So I
Okay,
know
I'm sorry,
someone,
I didn't hear what you said. You have to what?
we have to bake that into the budget because we know that we will settle them, so.
Okay.
You have to figure in the increases. So somebody got up early and said, I don't understand why our wage item's going up. You have to budget more money, or you would have a negative line item, right? Which doesn't mean we wouldn't have the money, but it would mean that we would have negative scores in our audit, right?
And again, that goes back to affecting our credit.
Our credit
things
and
like
everything
that.
else, right. So, we have all of these union contracts that we have to settle. That has to be baked into the budget, which is why those items went up. My office, no, I haven't. Myself, and frankly, the council hasn't gotten a raise either since 2001.
Okay.
I don't think any of us deserve one, just to be on the record.
Well, I think that's a relatively decent explanation. I mean, that's when the general public looks at that, what you think is what most people say, oh, why are they getting all this money all of a sudden? So I appreciate the explanation. My other question would be,
I
we're
just
talking.
want to follow up, if I may.
Oh, absolutely.
Don't worry about the time.
Absolutely.
Also, the township council, it's up like a little bit over $9,000. So I don't know what that's about.
Probably your health care,
Probably the health care?
probably.
Okay, all right, thank you. Go ahead.
Probably.
I'm just-
I'm not 100% sure. Can I ask you a question? Did you have a question for the auditor?
I do not have a question.
Could he go?
So if
You mind
you'd
if-
like to run out of here.
He has another appointment, so.
Okay.
No, I do not have another question for the auditor, but I understand this is kind of what irks me, is we're saying probably, maybe, it could go to this. At what point do we understand exactly what that is coming from? So they're asking, there's a $9,000 increase. How is it that we don't know why we have that
Well, no,
increase?
I don't know the specific reason for it.
Okay, but it could be
And-
found out.
You could ask. You could.
Right,
You could
like I
put
could
in. You
call-
could put in. You could call over. Or you could put. You're supposed to put in an Oprah request. But if you call finance tomorrow, I'm sure Dorothy will give you a full explanation. My guess is health costs just continue to climb. We've done a great job of dodging that. Our increase in health care costs, I think, was about 5% this year. I'm sorry to be a little nerdy here, but that's significantly lower than other folks in our, I don't know if you want to call them our peer group or what have you, but we did that because we self-insured a few years ago.
Okay.
And that's helped a real lot. And that's one of the reasons I personally believe why we have kept, probably one of the major reasons we have kept taxes so low is that we made huge savings in that area. We're going to try again shortly, too, to do the prescription plan, which we believe could save another $1 million.
And is that specifically for just the council, or is that for every township employee?
That's every township employee.
township
So like if you move to CVS Caremark right now,
Okay.
you still get to use every pharmacy around, but they're just pricing out plans and undercutting Bennett Card big time.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask the council later on this year to see if they'll move us into that.
Okay. Is that
I
something
think
that
it's a
goes
good
to?
idea.
Is that something that goes to a vote, or is that something?
They would have to approve my decision, yes.
Okay. Okay. So
And
then,
then equal to or better for the unions, right? So it has to be, the benefit has to be equal to or better. So we have to give the same rate if it's a $5 prescription. we'd have to be able to get it for $5 or less.
Okay.
In order to make that switch to be compliant with the contracts. Then if I liked the idea, I would give it to the council in the form of a resolution.
Okay.
And that would take pressure off of next year's taxes. As it is, though, we're at 142 million. When I got here, it was 147. I'm pretty confident that we'll keep taxes flat next year, pending something radical. But you never know.
So I'm just curious too, because we keep talking about a surplus and how we have so much money and this and that. Does the surplus, is this a rollover? Does the surplus get rolled over year after year after year? So if we saved money in 2021, is that money still here in 2026?
Not exactly, but
It
It
should,
is.
in theory.
Right.
Yes.
That, I mean,
Should
that's
get added every year, but we do use it.
okay.
it spends.
It is available to you. Obviously, you're still subject to those appropriation caps, those spending caps that the state puts forth.
Okay.
So it's not just our surplus is up, so we're just going to take all of it and put it towards our budget, because it has to be, your budget still has to be within your caps.
And
Okay.
and you have to have money for an emergency, right? So they make you keep a certain amount of surplus. Am I correct on this? You have to keep a certain amount of surplus in case there were a Hurricane Sandy or worse, and we were unable to collect taxes. We'd still have to be able to administer all the functions of government in a horrible situation, natural disaster, so on and so forth. So the surplus is there for that. Surplus has always been partially spent on the budget, so it doesn't always continue. Like, I know for many, many years, we would allocate somewhere between 17 and 22 million would go into the budget from the surplus, but then more money goes in. Now, our surplus is up in the 60 million range. It used to be in the 40 million range, because we've not only have we not spent more, we've also not borrowed more.
Okay.
So when you borrow more, we used to pay off 10 million in debt every year and take on 10 million. But I've been reluctant to do that because rates are 2 times or more what they were when I got here on council. So if we pay off 10 and then borrow 10, we're borrowing 10 at a significantly higher rate.
So that would be my next question, though, too. So the surplus that we hold. Oh, I'm sorry. The surplus that we hold, does that get held in any sort of interest-bearing account?
Yes.
Do you accrue funds on
Yes,
that?
we're getting about 3.5.
So the
Sorry,
money that we say
3.5%
that
on it.
we've saved
We earn more
or held
surplus
back,
now, right.
some of that could be coming from
Absolutely.
interest.
And I never have seen the bank account. It says $64,130,000.
Sweet.
$398.41.
Is that something that a normal citizen could Oprah once again?
Yes. Well, this
to
will be
look at?
published.
Okay.
This will be
And that
published
could-
on the state's website. Every budget in the state of New Jersey is open to the public. Every school budget, they're all up on the DCA page.
Okay.
So you could compare year over year, and the budget that we publish will show you a comparison for 3 years.
Okay, and I don't mean to be rude and interrupt, but I do have one more quick question. So again, we're talking about saving money here, saving money there, but where are we spending more money? Because I seem to be getting a lot more mailers. We seem to be seeing a lot more things getting put out on the internet, Shore News Network, stuff like that. Are we spending far more money there than we have spent in recent years that could be allocated to?
You could
Last
get
question,
a
you want me to jump
copy of
in?
the budget, excuse me.
Sure.
And you could see every department, all the increases there,
Okay,
okay? And then you can figure it out yourself.
okay.
And the answer is no. We budget the same amount for the letters, for the newspapers, and I know there's this, folks float this idea that we're paying to publish things on newspapers. We pay for advertising in 3 local papers. Hang on. Tom's River Times, the print edition. We put our rec stuff in there and our concert stuff there. Shore Beat, which is Lavalette, Tom's River, whatever. It's an island kind of paper. And we also do the advertising in Shore News Network.
Okay.
That's been pretty consistent across the board.
It also seems pretty biased. to
Which
be very
is
honest with
biased?
you.
Figure that out yourself.
Yeah, it also seems pretty biased. And listen, I'm not coming up
Which
here
is
to be
biased?
rude. I'm coming up here to be honest and kind of have you look at things the way that general citizens look at things, when we read what is coming out on that particular publication, it seems incredibly biased, and that's where we get aggravated. That why is our money going to that?
Okay, we're getting off topic, and we
Okay.
hear you.
Yep.
And you're,
Dave?
you have plenty of time.
Okay, well,
And
I'm all done.
good questions.
Yep, I'm all done. So
Excellent.
that was all I had
And-
to ask.
And I hope that you come back.
Okay, thank you. I hope I come back too.
Okay.
All right, thank you.
Thank you
very
so much.
Thank you.
Move on, don't let him speak.
All right. Do you have to go?
He has
or-
to-
Yeah, I don't have questions for the auditor.
Okay, good.
All right,
Yeah.
Positive.
all right.
Through the council president. I
Can
do
we,
have-
can we,
Your
Yeah.
name, please?
Paul Williams, Broad Street, Toms River.
Okay.
I was curious, it was interesting listening to the auditor, but I know that there's a lot of questions that weren't perhaps most appropriate for the auditor that were asked, that were probably more appropriate to hear from the chief financial officer.
Yep.
And that's who I would like to hear. I would much rather hear from that person.
I think that will
and
come
that
later.
person's narrative than the mayor's narrative or anyone else's narrative. I'd much rather hear from that person, especially as we're having this Q&A about these particular items and things are in the air now. Maybe there might need to be some cleanup because the CFO at some point, if not tonight, as this is a budget presentation, you know, these are questions that are probably better suited for the chief financial officer. And with that, Council President, I was interested to hear the mayor talk about 6 officers being hired, but then I recall in July of last year that there was an ordinance passed that created a committee for hiring, and on that committee it included now the mayor and the business administrator, and of course the chief. And as far as unless Chief Mayor came back, we do not have a chief. As of yesterday, at least, if not, I think a week ago when he took some leave. So I would ask you all to please keep that in mind as we listen to someone say that 6 officers were hired yesterday.
Okay, thank you.
excuse me,
All right.
Council President, just to clarify, the chief, I had a conversation with the chief, and as far as yesterday's interview or interviews, they were attended by Captain Scally and Lieutenant Petalino as representatives for the chief. And as far as the other 5 officers, they're finally done with the background checks. Those interviews
So
occurred
when you
over.
say chief, you mean the chief that's on leave of absence?
The first 5 people who just finished their backgrounds, who are starting, right? That's a very long process, takes like several months. They were all interviewed by the chief, Captain Scally, myself, and the business administrator. The officer last night, the 3 officers that interviewed last night were interviewed by Captain Scally, Lieutenant Petalino, Mr. Chabot, and myself. And the decisions have to be unanimous. So that's the way it's been.
All right. Is there any more questions from the public? Yes, okay, thank you. All right, I need a motion to close.
Motion to close public comment.
Is there a second? Thank you.
All in favor to close public comment?
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none. Okay, so now we need a motion then on number 9?
I believe we're on number,
Oh, I got the wrong one again.
yeah, that was 8. No, I'm
No.
sorry. That was 7, the presentation. And,
All right,
yeah, I guess number 8 would be the public comment portion, which we already took a vote on.
okay.
And I have those.
So we're on number 9.
Now we're on number 9.
Okay, all right. Because the agenda keeps getting updated, and I get the numbers changed, so that's why there's a little confusion. All right, so, go ahead. You want to read it, please?
Yes. Item number 9 is a resolution of the Township Council of the Township of Toms River, Ocean County, New Jersey, to amend the 2026 introduced budget in accordance with the provisions of NJSA 40A:4-9. This is the first reading of that resolution, for the record.
Okay, who would like to make a
Motion to
motion?
move 9.
Motion was made by Council Vice President Iverson, seconded by Councilman Coleman.
Yes.
Council Vice President Iverson.
Yes.
Councilman Coleman.
Yes.
Councilman Bradley.
Yes.
Councilman Bianchini.
Yes.
Council President Zukosi.
I want to thank Jerry. What a wonderful presentation that he did, and I want to thank the mayor for setting this up for the council, because we asked for it, so that was good, and I hope everybody understood it more than I did, so I'm voting yes.
Councilman Aber.
Yes.
Councilwoman O'Toole.
Okay, we're moving on to the final readings.
Okay. Item number 10 is a final reading. It's an ordinance of the Township Council of the Township of Toms River, Ocean County, New Jersey, amending and supplementing Section 477-79, Schedule 21 speed limits of Chapter 477 Vehicles and Traffic of the Township Code, reducing the speed limit on Walnut Street, which is a county road, from 40 miles an hour to 35 miles an hour for the entire length to promote enhanced vehicular and pedestrian safety due to complaints received from residents. This is a final reading, so we have to open it up to public comment.
Okay, is there anyone in the audience that has a comment about number 10, this ordinance? Seeing, oh, okay, Julie. Just state your first name for the record again, that's
Julie
fine.
Adamek. I use this street frequently since it's near where I live, and this is badly needed as far as lowering the speed limit on this street, because there are innumerable apartment complexes with lots of kids. There's an elementary school, people walking their dogs, and there's so it's badly needed, this speed reduction in this on this street. And it's
Okay.
also the street that they want to put affordable housing as far as additional apartment complexes. So I just want to say that.
Okay, thank you. Anyone else? Seeing no public comment on number 10 anymore, I need a motion to close public comment.
So moved.
A second?
I'll second.
All in favor? Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none. Okay, we need a motion to
Motion to move
pass.
10.
I'll second.
Motion was made by Councilman Bianchini, seconded by Councilman Bradley. Councilman Bianchini.
Yes.
Councilman Bradley.
Yes.
Council Vice President Iverson.
Yes.
Council President Zukosi.
Yes.
Councilman Coleman.
Yes.
Councilman Aber.
Yes.
Councilwoman O'Toole.
Okay, you want to read number 11, please?
Moving on to number 11, that's an ordinance adopting amendments to the existing affordable housing zone known as the HBMF Highway Business Multifamily Zone, attached as Exhibit A, to generate 4 affordable units through the construction of 2 floors atop an existing 2-story retail and commercial structure at Block 796, Lot 3, commonly known as 2008 Route 37. This is a final reading, so again, public comment is needed.
Okay, is there anyone in the audience that has any thoughts about number 11? Does everyone know where this location is on Route 37? It's okay, come forward again, please. All right, you don't have to run. Thank you.
Laura Dentro, Monroe Avenue. That would be my question. What is this exact structure? What is this location?
Okay, this is all part of us getting that number for affordable housing.
Okay.
Okay, and this property, with the mayor and our counselor and the builder, this is where the strip mall is on 37 on the westbound side, past like Garfield.
Okay.
Leo's Laundry or
Okay.
Would
over
you like me
there.
to jump in? Would it-
And they're proposing,
4.
yeah, but that's 4, is that the total number,
Total,
though?
yeah, you want me to jump in? So there's, if it's okay, yeah.
Thank you.
So there's this process, right, where you get given this number of affordable housing units, and then people contest the plan.
Right.
Right, they, I forget the legal, challenge is the legal word. They challenge the plan. You have to try your best to settle all of those.
Okay.
These folks had office space on Route 37 above a strip mall.
Okay.
And they challenged our plan. We had to settle with them. You have to try to settle these as best as possible until you hit your number, which we did. And I believe it's 20 units on 37 eastbound? Westbound. And 4 of them will be affordable. The nice thing about that, though, is I think they'll be very attractive for people with summer rentals. So, you know, it probably
we
won't have an
changing-
impact on taxpayers.
Are we changing zoning to do that? Because that's my ultimate. So once you, this is kind of the snowball
re-
effect that
you'd-
you go into. Once you change
No,
zoning on
no.
one thing, then you have people that can come back and say, well, you did
No,
it
it doesn't-
there.
it
How
doesn't
come
work
we
like that.
can't do it here?
It doesn't work. We could call the Affordable Housing Council up if you like, but it doesn't work like that. This is legalized spot zoning, essentially, for affordable housing. So when they say to you, you have to get done a certain number of units, you can get them done like that, but it does not affect surrounding. So someone else cannot say next door, hey, I want to build apartments. It doesn't work like that.
Okay, but
That doesn't
but
set a
if-
precedent.
But if we were at a deficit again in the future, and somebody said, I would like to change the zoning of this, whatever it is, so that we can do this, and they say, well, we did this, you did this for this company, how come you're not going to do it for us? I mean, is that a snowball effect that we fall under where people are going to start?
Asking if it's a precedent.
Yeah,
Yeah,
are we
but no,
setting a
it's not-
precedent?
it's
Yeah,
not-
are
it's
we setting
not-
a precedent?
It's not a precedent, it's statutory, and if that were a precedent, right, there were 1,400 affordable housing units built in the last round, resulted in over 5,000 apartments township-wide, all in, affordable, non-affordable, I think we're like, Dave calculated the other day, like 250.
Okay.
So it's a phenomenal plan. We got the best plan out of anybody with a municipality this size in the state of New Jersey, and this is part of that whole procedure. It's a court, it's done in a court. They put in a challenge, they say, hey, we want to be part of the program. If they have a viable option, you get to choose from people who have viable options until you hit your number. That's what we did, and we tried to not urbanize our neighborhoods.
I just want to make sure I'm understanding it correctly. So this,
Hang on a second.
yeah.
Mr. Zingaro, can you please come up here? Thank you. Mr. Zingaro is one of the premier affordable housing attorneys in the state of New Jersey.
I'll try to answer.
He'll do a much better job for me. How long are we in the timer? What, did we do the 5 minutes already? 4. Do you mind him jumping in, or do you want your minute?
I don't-
I'll give you a couple more.
Yeah,
minutes.
as long as I can,
Like
as long as
that.
I can
Go
finish
ahead.
what I have to say. Absolutely. Okay, so go ahead to answer my question.
Sure. So each round you have.
I'm going to help you out already. I already know everybody is going to ask you to speak up because you're very light to me, and I'm right here.
Got it. So each development that's brought by a challenger is reviewed on its particular property.
Okay.
You look at whether that property can be developed for affordable housing.
Okay.
So it is every parcel is looked at on its own.
Okay.
So when it comes to a precedent or not, in the future, let's say in a future round when a developer comes in, the obligation of that developer is to show that that particular site can be developed in a certain way. And the courts and the municipality looks at that particular parcel on its own.
So real quick, just to stop you. So does this particular parcel, do they get benefits for helping reach the number of affordable units that we need? Is there a benefit to this
Everyone.
for them?
Sure. So I guess I can maybe answer that by In this particular case, for this development, there's no associated pilot, there are no associated payments. It's simply a rezoning that allows them, that developer, to construct the additional 20 units, generating the 4 affordable units. But there is no other contribution triggered for the municipality. There are no particular rules associated with this type of development that would trigger any responsibility of the municipality to make some type of contribution. So, no. The only thing the municipality is doing for this project is making possible the zoning.
I also think what she's really getting to the crux of it is, does this mean people can build apartments down Route 37? And the answer to that is no. The answer to that is no. The zoning on Route 37 remains intact.
So
Unless in a future round, someone else challenges.
But there's no precedent.
That's what I'm trying to get at, is like, do you open a can of worms by changing the zoning like this?
I think we're going to be good for 10 years.
A decade, right?
This.
We're going to do only 250
But
total, and it's good for a decade versus last round, which was 1,400 affordable and over 5,000 all in. So this is a phenomenal plan. I'm very proud of what we negotiated. I'm very thankful that we had one of the best attorneys in the state working on it. And, of course, I would rather it be nothing. And I'd rather the free market make the determination, but the law is the law.
I think most people understand that the law is the law, and we do have certain things that we have to abide by coming from the state. I understand that. I don't think that that's anybody's problem. I think a lot of people have the problem with the resolutions that we're trying to make, taking open public space, changing zoning for specific things. Again, back to what I've been saying over and over, does this become a can of worms? Does this open a theory for more people that they did this, how come I can't do this? If this happened, why can't it happen here?
To answer your question is, it's a matter of opinion.
Okay.
All right?
I
would like to hear.
Hang on, no, some of this stuff, let the attorney jump in.
I want to hear what Dave, I would like Dave to finish what he was saying, and then I can.
All right, so there's council members up here on the dais aren't too thrilled about this, but it's part of the solution.
Right.
So you got to weigh the pros and the cons. It's not township land. It's privately owned. They're not going to get any benefits. They're not going to get money toward this or anything like that.
Okay. I think that is a huge thing. Is are they going to get benefits if other people see benefits coming? Are they going to jump in on that?
It's like there's other areas in town.
Okay.
So and that's all I could say.
Listen, I get it. It's not easy. I wouldn't want to be in any of your seats. This is not an easy job. I understand that completely, but I don't feel like anybody is making it easy on anybody else, and I think that that's a large part of
I
the
think
complaint.
your time is up. I'm sorry to
That's
say.
okay. That's
All
okay.
right.
You want to finish anything?
Did you want to just jump in one more?
Yeah, I'll just say this. One way to answer the question is, if you look at this particular challenge, for decades, in order to comply with affordable housing obligations, the municipality has zoned properties. And if you look at this challenge, there's nothing in that challenge that says, hey, you've done it in the past, do it for me. It's not the basis that a developer goes in and tries to make that argument.
I mean, they don't have to.
So I think maybe the history of the township and its many zoning of parcels over decades, that wasn't cited at all by the developer. So it's not something that is a basis that someone comes in and makes that argument they're making on their particular property. Good.
Okay, thank you. All right. State your first name and your last name for the record, please.
Michael Messina, 3478 Vicaria Avenue. I'm not sure this is the appropriate time to bring it up, so shut me down if you need to.
We're on number 11.
Affordable housing.
Yes.
Okay.
No, you got to be on this item.
Just on the 4?
On this item, yeah.
It's number 11.
Okay,
You could do the rest in public comment if you like.
Okay.
But you're supposed to be on this item.
let me know when. Thank you.
Okay, we'll do. We will. All right, I don't see anybody else that has comments or questions on number 11, so I need a motion to
close public comment first.
Yes, I need a motion to close public. Okay, by Councilman Aber, a second by Councilman Coleman.
All in favor to close public comment?
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none. All right, so we need a motion.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve was made by Councilman Coleman, seconded by Councilman Aber. Councilman Coleman?
Yes.
Councilman Aber?
Yes.
Councilman Bradley?
Yes.
Councilman Bianchini?
Yes.
Council Vice President Nivison?
Yes.
Council President Sakozy?
Like I said before, it's all matter of opinion. I'm voting yes.
Councilwoman O'Toole? Okay, moving on to item number 12. It's going to be a first reading, so there's no public comment required. Number 12 is an ordinance approving a pilot extension for the Highland Plaza Affordable Housing Development located at Block 537, lots 23, 106, and 107, in connection with an extension of the development's existing deed controls. Again, this is a first reading.
Okay, Mayor, briefly, just explain it, what the pilot is and the extension, where it is.
Yeah, I
And
guess,
it's port-
I
partly
may have to,
portable.
I may need, I want to try first, but I would like the attorney to come up. I believe that these are units that are existing, and that there was a pilot, which is, they pay a percentage of revenue in, to the town instead of tax. And in order to get them to keep these units affordable for another 30 years, they asked for an extension of that. Am I correct on that? And so someone else initially gave the pilot, probably in the prior round or two, and so there'd be no impact on taxpayers. This is exactly what the current tax structure is, but to get them to stay affordable, again, to be affordable, you have to be 60% of market rate rent, right? So if somebody agrees to give up 40% of their rent, they're not going to do that without an incentive. So there was a young lady up here before, a redheaded young lady, she was asking, hey, are there any incentives on this? A lot of times they require the incentives, or you're not going to get the unit, because nobody, it's a capitalist country. There's no free lunch. You're mandated to have the units. You're mandated to have the units, and you have to have them, and people are not going to do them without the incentive.
Okay.
Now, I'll turn it over to Zingaro.
All right, but first, I want to see everyone back here in 2056, all right? 30 years from now on this, God willing. All right, sorry.
I'll be here.
All right.
How about you, Dave?
Well, all right, we need some humor, okay? So, everyone, we're doing great tonight. Thank you. I'm really grateful. Thank you.
Thank you, Dave.
Thank you.
Council President.
Council President,
Don't
rather.
lose-
Council
Okay, go ahead.
I'll just make a few notes. Tax exemption has been in place since the 1980s. The purpose of the exemption is to continue, so there was a prior extension in 2014 that noted the possibility of a further extension beyond 2034. This extension is meant to ensure that we can lock in the deed controls. Additionally, there is a contribution being made by the township to the owner of the complex of $1.32 million. However, we negotiated that would be paid out over 10 years rather than a lump sum. And the purpose of that is not only to support the financial feasibility of extending for 30 more years, but by making that municipal contribution, it triggers the ability to capture bonuses under the current law.
Where does that money come from?
That comes from the Affordable Housing Trust Fund.
When builders pay that tax?
Right, so there's a...
So it's not residents paying that tax, it's...
As developers construct, they have to pay a development fee. And so that ends up in your Affordable Housing Trust Fund. That money is being utilized. It's already been approved as part of your spending plan, so it's laid out. Several months ago, it was laid out where those monies are coming from.
And
so it's an existing tax exemption we continue in the future. And the point is that additional money enables us to get bonus credits.
Yeah. And we have a good amount in that fund, correct? About $9
I think we
million?
spent it all, though, right? $9 million, I'd like to, or
We
close.
spent it all.
So it is.
But they were going to take it, right? The state takes it if you don't use it. I believe that was
you
what I was
have-
told.
You have to have a spending plan showing.
Well, we didn't, did we spend it or
Let me put a
it's?
finer point. Excuse me, Mayor. I don't.
I may be wrong. Let me leave it to the attorney. I'm sorry.
Yeah. The monies are set aside
Side.
for the third round and for the fourth
Fourth
round.
round.
For instance, many of the extensions that are being secured through the compliance plan, the monies are part of your spending plan. They've been allocated. You can't spend them except for that purpose.
Okay,
So
thank
I got
you.
one question. So you have this slush fund that's allocated to help with these pilot programs going forward. Could the municipalities take that money, whatever that slush fund is, and purchase property for affordable housing? So at a later date, we're not taking taxpayers' open space, like the young lady was just mentioning, and building on it.
You can all,
If it's for affordable housing, instead of the taxpayers buying public property or private property, making it open space, why couldn't we take some of that money to offset the taxpayers or buy more open space in another area? If we have to use some of it, we can actually almost replenish our open space.
If you have the money, if it hasn't been allocated to other mechanisms, of course, there is the other side of whether the project is viable and you can get enough buy-in from all the parties at the table, the challengers, Fair Share Housing Center, the courts, the special adjudicator. So there's a lot that goes into proving that you can actually build a viable project. So
I mean, if you had a decent amount of acreage, you could build a viable project.
Council President?
technicality,
Okay, when he's
just saying.
finished.
Yeah, I just want to repeat what the attorney said earlier on, which is this money is only available for affordable housing and affordable housing extensions and incentives. It's not a slush fund. We can't touch it for anything else, which is why it gathered $9 million. If other politicians had access to that money for anything, I'm sure there wouldn't be $9 million sitting there now. So it only gets utilized for these very purposes. That's why the tax is there. So I think that we're mischaracterizing it if we call it a slush fund. It is only
All right.
paid for by developers and then used to incentivize affordable housing.
For clarity then, these are existing units, we're just an extender, so we're not building any more units.
Perfect.
On this project.
on this project.
Perfect.
But I have to sit there and think that there's got to be an option going forward, instead of us building on township property, to use some of this money, because what are we going to do? We're going to give them a tax pilot to build on township property? No, that doesn't make sense.
So
Okay.
on
I'm
on-
just saying, I'm
Oh,
just saying,
yeah,
generally.
that's a really
We'll get
interesting
to it when we
point,
get to
and
the township property.
It's
so
probably
that-
why I bore people at bars, but
Yeah, no,
I actually do think it's a really interesting question. If, let's say, that a developer who's building a 100% project needs to get financing from the state, oftentimes a municipality actually has to provide a pilot to make the project viable under
Right.
the state rules. So, on some projects, you have to provide a pilot if that's going to be your selected mechanism.
Okay, all right, so we're still on number 12, and I apologize. Did we have public comment on number?
No, this is the first- this is the
no,
first reading.
no comment.
There's no
correct?
public comment, no.
Okay, and everything was explained. So, does council have any more questions on this? No? All right, so we need a motion, please, on number 12
I'll motion.
by Councilman Coleman.
Second it.
A second by Robert Bianchini.
Motion was made to approve by Councilman Coleman, seconded by, you heard Robert Bianchini?
Yes.
Councilman Bianchini, Councilman Coleman,
Yes.
Councilman Bianchini,
Yes.
Councilman Bradley,
Yes.
Council Vice President Iverson,
Yes.
Council President Zukosi,
Yes.
Councilman Aber,
Yes.
Councilwoman O'Toole.
Okay,
Okay.
number 13, first reading.
Yes, it's a first reading of an ordinance adopting amendments to the existing affordable housing zone known as the EMF 23 multifamily zone to generate 42 affordable units for the Jamestown Village development located at Block 610, lots 1, 2, 3, 5, 11, 30, and 31, and 33. Again, a first reading.
Okay, Mayor, I would like you to explain this. I think this was carryover from,
I'm going to
the
be
original
completely,
plan?
you know, I'm seldom lost for words, but I'm going to need help. You want to come up for this?
okay.
So I believe that this part, council, is going to incorporate some planner.
Louder,
I'm
come
sorry.
on, you could do it.
He's not a criminal litigator, he's an affordable housing guy. Go ahead, I'm sorry.
So, Council President, this particular project is going to incorporate some planning details, and I know my role and I know my hat, and I'm probably going to hand it over to our planner in a moment just to run through a little bit on this project. Let me give you a little background. Jamestown, JD Jamestown LLC is the owner of Jamestown Villages, an existing project. They were one of the challengers in the affordable housing program process. They brought forward a challenge to the entire plan. They had a proposal to develop a project that would place existing additional units at the Jamestown property. We were able to decrease the size of the project, generate affordable housing units, and also get the developer to commit to convert some of the existing market rate units into affordable units. We also locked in protections for existing tenants so that that process doesn't kick anyone out of their houses. The developer cannot occupy this project once it's constructed without assuring that the existing market rate units have been converted over to affordables. So what happened was we worked through the process. We reached a settlement agreement. We had to memorialize it. We worked with the court mediator over the past few weeks to finalize the form of the settlement agreement. That's what's before you today. It takes this challenger off the table so that we can proceed toward an ultimate compliance certification without them trying to further chip away at the plan.
All right, and I just want to make sure, for full disclosure, this is in my ward, Ward 4, so I think this is the best deal that we could get. So, but on the existing units, how do they make that affordable when somebody moves out to get to that number? But is there a time limit on that? If
Is this
no-
Jamestown?
Yes.
Yeah, so in Jamestown, the older units are, oh, I'm sorry.
He's got it. He's
He
doing
do-
good.
He may, yes, he usually does. I'm sorry, go ahead, jump in.
So the process is they have represented that there is enough turnover over the course of the construction period to ensure that they can fill those units as tenants leave. But the agreement is very specific, and the terms they place on the record are very specific, that they have no right to occupy any of the new construction project until they have deed restricted the new
All 40.
the converted units. So they're just, if they don't get to it and they don't have enough tenants turn over, then the new project will just sit. But we have some time through construction. We all know how long.
And how do they advertise for?
So they are held to the exact same obligations of any affordable housing developer to have an administrative agent, to use a marketing plan. So the law sets out a number of items that developers have to satisfy. The marketing has to be to the region. So they're going to have to satisfy.
And the tenants have to meet certain requirements.
Yeah, the state
correct?
regulates the whole thing.
All right,
So,
thank you.
So one question for, do you know how many units were proposed originally?
They only wanted to do like
It was in excess. It was
20.
in excess of 140 total units on the property.
with 20 affordable, or something like that.
It was in excess of 140. I don't have the exact ceiling, but I do know that it came down to 140. One item I want to clarify, just because we're up here now talking about the overlay ordinance, this ordinance has been tweaked to address two items. I want to make sure that it's very clear. There's a settlement agreement with JD Jamestown LLC. It's part of your resolution packet. And in that settlement agreement, there's a concept plan for the project. That concept plan actually lists that there will be 148 units. That's incorrect. It's actually going to be down to 140. We have in writing an acknowledgement by the attorney that the settlement agreement is correct. The concept plan is not correct. They're going to amend that to adjust the unit count. But I just want to make sure we have that on the
That
record.
140 units that you're talking about,
Yeah.
that's going to be the total numbers after the new construction?
I think, yeah, there's
So what I'm trying to get at, what,
The affordables are existing, they're not,
what was the one that
building
they were
them.
proposing? Because I know it was more than 40 units.
Yeah.
They were building like 5 or 6 different complexes out there.
Yeah.
Do you know what that total number was that they were proposing?
So I don't have the total unit count right now in front of me. I'm going to tell you it was over 140. I just don't have the particular number from the program challenge. I'm sorry, but it was over 140. We got them down to 140. And
I'm
of that
just,
140,
I'm actually off, that's why I want to ask
Yeah, yeah.
a question. It's my understanding that it's 40 some odd affordable units. They are existing units that people are going to, as they move out, they're going to move in as affordable, and then they would build new ones that would be market rate. But so I want to be clear about the new construction number. Do you have that? Let's ask the planner. I'm sorry.
Hi, Rick Hunt, Affordable Housing Planner. Right now, they're proposing 140 new units, and 28 of those will be affordable. And then of the existing units, it's approximately 272. 14 of those will be converted from market to affordable. So that's 42 total affordable units that will be on the Jamestown property between the existing and new development.
Okay. And now, out of the 140 new units, do you know how many proposed new structures there's going to be? Is it going to be 20 per unit? Is it going to be 5 buildings? Is it going to be 4 buildings? Do you have that?
It was 42% affordable.
I believe there's
I know the 42.
six new buildings
6,
that
okay,
are
that's what I'm
comparable to the existing buildings on
Okay, that's what
site.
I'm trying to say. So it's going to be 6 new buildings, and a lot of people in that area on Jamestown are going crazy about the traffic now without the 6 new buildings. So I get it, and I understand it's all about affordable housing. I'm just trying to clarify so that a lot of residents that don't know the background behind it all, it's a big project. So you're almost going to double what you have there now on Jamestown and put 6 brand-new buildings. I mean, they're not small. To get another 140 units that we're going to wind up getting literally 28 affordable housings out of it.
No, you get 40
We'll get 42,
something.
but we're going to get 14 out of the existing ones. I know it, you take the 28 and the 14, that's where you get the 42. I can add. I'm just saying that new buildings, new structures, new traffic, that whether they're existing or not, you still have that traffic. I'm looking at the big picture.
Understood. And
Okay,
as
well,
part of
someone
this,
doesn't understand that. I keep hearing that.
as part of this, they did provide us with I'll say, very brief traffic report, which basically extrapolated from their prior site plan approval.
Listen.
And as part of any site plan application, they'll have to be reviewed by the board professionals, and they'll have to submit a full
Listen, I will tell
traffic
you,
analysis.
I sat on plenty of meetings and stuff where traffic studies, that's all skewed. It depends when you take it. It depends if it's summertime, wintertime, 8 o'clock at night. So I get all that. They bring their people in, that they present it just to go through. I'm just trying to make sure that everybody understands going forward where we're at. It's not the best idea. We're getting 42 units. I just want to make sure, like the young lady was saying, are we setting a precedent? Because it got shot down in Toms River originally because it was overdevelopment. Now, she's asking, there's a precedent. Now, can someone else down the street propose another project on Jamestown and go
Well,
forward?
I'll just say to the precedent, we're working here to get the township immunity for the 4th round. And
Right,
when you
exactly.
have the immunity, these builders' challenges cannot come.
Right.
So these challenges that have come now have come within the legal challenge period of the 4th round, which is what we're here talking about today. Once the township receives that immunity, it's not like they can, over the next 10 years, come out and
Nothing,
challenge.
they're
But if
stuck.
someone new wants to come out and build on a property, they can submit a plan. Doesn't mean they're going to get it.
Exactly.
No, I get that.
Excuse me, Council.
Talking about a use variance and
Yeah,
overhang,
exactly. It's
that's.
got to go through all that.
Council President, I have one question for the planner.
Go ahead, thank you.
Rick, what was the original number the state was asking us to do?
I believe it was 679.
679. Now, if you built that 80-20, which is what happened the last time around, how many units would that be? It's a big math number, right? 4 or 5 times that? Is it safe to say 4 to 5 times that?
It would be about 4 times that if you're 80%. Yeah.
So somewhere in the neighborhood of 2,500 apartments. Are we anywhere near that in our new construction number? Or are we about a tenth of that?
No.
Okay, so it's a phenomenal accomplishment. Any development that is occurring is happening on major roadways, a little bit on Hooper, a little bit on 37, a little bit on 9. and we're done for a decade. We're done for a decade, which is a big accomplishment considering neighboring communities. That's all. Thank you, Council President.
Thank you. Thank you very much. Okay, so any more discussion on this?
No.
Okay. We need a motion then on number 13.
Motion.
Motion was made by Councilman Aber,
I'll second.
seconded by Councilman Coleman to approve item number 13. Councilman Aber,
Yes.
Councilman Coleman,
Yes.
Councilman Bradley,
Yes.
Councilman Bianchini,
I voted no the first time, I'm voting no the second time.
Council Vice President Iverson,
Yes.
Council President Zakozy,
I'll vote last, please.
Councilwoman O'Toole. Council President.
Okay, so this is in, like I said before, it's in Ward 4. I represent Ward 4, and of course, I don't like it, and I had other ideas, but it seems like we're always under the gun to get things done here, and this is a big part of us in Ward in Round 4 to get this affordable housing behind us, and unfortunately, the state says you have to do this, and I think they actually do satellite pictures of the lands of town and say maybe you could use this or do that. You got this over here, and we don't care about the road system, the traffic lights, or if it could handle it. And yes, as Councilman Bianchini and everybody else said, yeah, it's going to impact this neighborhood. You know, we have the school there, and but I'm voting yes.
All right.
Okay.
Moving on to the consent agenda. All matters listed under the item consent agenda will be enacted by one motion in the form listed below. There will be no separate discussion of these items. If discussion is desired on any item, that item will be considered separately.
A, B. Okay, this, anyone,
Do you need me, or can I go,
people
Council
want
President?
to talk about a certain resolution or anything? Do you want anything pulled or
I'm going to pull N.
N?
Yep.
I'd like to pull E.
E? Anyone else?
Yeah, do you want me to just explain to them what is it, N?
Okay, yeah. I
You want me to do that
think
before you bother pulling it, or?
Anyone else? You have any questions on? No?
No.
Did you do want to pull one?
Would it be all right for me to go out of order here, just to clarify that for the chief?
M. Dave, you got to pull M.
N or M?
Blue collar and,
This one?
and the white collar.
M or N? Mom or Nancy?
Nancy.
Nancy. So just so you know, we, the police cars, the last dealer, the one who won the state contract, won the contract under the Cranford Co-op that the chief had found, we're a member of this Cranford Co-op for cops, and he found a great price on, I guess they're not interested yet, hang on. So the chief had found a great deal under the Cranford Co-op. It was going to be $49,000 a vehicle or something like that. It turns out after he spoke to we're not alone. He went to get the cars, and in typical car dealer fashion, except this is a little unusual because they have a bid with the state. Very bizarre that they didn't want to give it to us for that price. We're going to look into what we can do about that, but in the meantime, we want to buy these cop cars, and through the state contract, this would come through the state contract where there'd be $1,000 or $2,000 more per unit. but significantly cheaper than what the other folks are trying to charge us. And as far as I know, I believe you'd have to clarify with Dottie, but we're not allowed to pay over. If they want to bid at 49 and change, we're not even allowed to go over. Is that correct, Dottie?
State contract.
Yeah, so, no, but this was the Cranford, we originally did the Cranford Co-op because we were going to save, it looked like we were going to save a boatload of money. The chief went there, and they basically, they were looking to charge us $80,000 more, which is the cost of like 2 vehicles. They basically weren't living up to their bid, which I think they're obligated to do. However, there are too many fish to fry in the world. So we're just going to use the state contract to purchase those vehicles, 15 crossovers. Tahoes, they get much more reliable. The Fords have transmission issues all the time. So.
Okay, thank you, Mayor. Thank you. Just a footnote, when this deal fell apart on us, I went to Lester Glenn, and it would have just taken too much time for them to get on board and in the process. But hopefully, in the future, they will be involved. And our acting business administrator, Drew Chabot, he did work with the general manager. So
Thank you for taking the lead on that, Dave. I appreciate it. It was Dave's idea that, hey, why don't we, Council President Sikosi's idea that, hey, why don't we go and try to do this locally?
yeah, they do so much for our town and everything, and they employ so many people. But hopefully, down the road, we
We'd
can
have
get
to-
them involved.
We'd have to bid it ourselves, and then they'd have to respond to that bid. Is that how that would
All right.
work, Dottie? So we would have to then next time around bid. So maybe we'll try that next year, Dottie. We'll try bidding the cars, bidding the
All right,
Tahoes.
so we need to vote.
Yeah,
on-
can we reiterate clearly for the record which ones we're pulling, or which ones you're pulling? And I don't think you opened up to the public yet if they want anything pulled.
I have E and N.
And you had one.
We never voted on the consent agenda yet.
Or, yeah, we didn't. So,
M
we,
and
we,
U.
M and U.
M, N, Mary, Nancy, and Umbrella.
So you want, all right, please correct me. So you want letters E or no?
Yes.
E, M like Mary, N like Nancy, and U like umbrella.
Yes.
Correct.
All right. E, M, N, and U.
And the public, you're going to ask?
Yeah, we're going to do, okay. So,
Wait a second, someone's got their hand raised.
okay, so if anyone has an item they want to talk about, please come forward.
Just
And-
to pull right now, and then we'll do the
Yeah.
balance, and then we'll go back to the
Okay,
item.
all right,
Just a poll.
just a pull. Yes,
I also would like item E to be pulled, and I'd like to say something about it if I could.
okay, thank you. So, Paul, and what was your letter?
We're just pulling the items right now.
Pulling it.
What letter? Or
And she wanted N.
N also? Okay. Y? Okay. Okay, very good. Anyone else? Okay, seeing none, we'll close the public portion.
So we're going to vote on the,
Okay,
Dave's
right,
there.
right here. Hi.
This is Tom.
Okay. Thank you. Okay. We just got served in a lawsuit, so thank you for waiting.
Thanks to the worst thing that ever happened to Tom's River.
Tom, it's all right.
Tom, I would advise you not to make comments on the lawsuit you just cost the township already.
I didn't,
Add it.
stop, listen, everything, the meeting has gone so smooth, Tom, I didn't sue you, so I
All
don't,
right,
I'm just,
Mayor, please.
All right, I didn't
Everyone,
sue you,
please.
but
Okay.
We know you set it up to make it look that way. Have the guy here,
You're-
because we're going to be here.
who served you, Tom?
Okay.
Tom, it's fine. It's
Okay, so,
I should have kept my mouth shut.
okay,
All
what,
right, so-
do you need it, do you need,
Let the clerk
go ahead.
Are
proceed.
we, okay. So hold on. We're going to vote on the balance of the consent agenda minus E, M, N, U, and Y.
That's correct, I believe.
Okay.
Okay.
So we need a motion on the balance.
I'll motion.
I'll second.
Motion was made on the balance of the consent agenda minus E, M, N, U, and Y to council, motion was made by Councilman Coleman, seconded by Councilman Aber. Councilman Coleman,
Yes.
Councilman Aber,
Yes.
Councilman Bradley,
Yes to the balance.
Councilman Bianchini,
Yes.
Council Vice President Iverson,
Yes.
Council President Sakozy,
Yes.
Councilwoman O'Toole.
Okay. All right. So which one are we going to
You wanna
start on?
You want to go in order?
So I have E first.
E. I think you, why did you change the date, Drew?
The August change was the stage was not available that we rent from the county, so we moved that show to August 5th. June 30th is going to be a celebration of the 250th anniversary. So what I did was we took one of the later dates in July, which was July 28th, and just moved that to the 30th. So there's no more, like, no extra shows. It's just changing the dates of the two that were previously scheduled.
And they're scheduled and contracted. This is really just the permit, right? So it's the permit. So you're already going to have to pay the guy who does the fireworks and the people who do the show. This is just about the permit and changing the date of the permit. So if you vote it down and it doesn't pass and we don't have a permit, we're still going to have to pay the people who are contracted to do the fireworks and to come and sing. So your call, your pleasure.
So we need a motion on letter E.
I'll motion to approve. Oh,
Yeah, we,
okay, sorry.
yes.
Thank you. Paul Williams, Broad Street, Toms River. As he's asked, as the mayor and the business administrator is asking to move these dates, I'm going to suggest that you do not move them. I'm also going to suggest that at another time you pass a resolution rescinding the resolution that you passed authorizing these dates, because at face value, it seemed that you're only approving the permits. But if you look at the dates that were posted on the township Facebook page, these dates are all coinciding with band performances. And I know a lot of these bands. They're good bands. They're not cheap. And they draw a crowd that is going to be huge. And there's no ratables. There's nothing coming back to Toms River by having this event down there in down in Shelter Cove. It's a great event, don't get me wrong. Good bands, it's probably going to be a lot of fun. But this is indicative of where the priorities are for this administration. It's a concern. What's going to happen, because you approved these dates, is that taxpayer money is going to be used, and I'm going to venture a guess, it's going to be pretty exorbitant, because I don't think any of you saw what these so-called contracts look like. It's going to be pretty exorbitant. So whatever the loss is, it's just going to be the loss. They could still put on the fireworks, but they're going to have to put them on that day, or he's going to have to cancel them and tell the vendor, we're canceling and we're not going to do it, of which there should have been a clause in there in that contract. But the suggestion that I have is that this be voted down, because in addition to the exorbitant expense for these vendors, these bands, the people that live in that vicinity aren't huge fans of particularly people from out of town, which is what these bands are going to draw. Coming and filling that street, it's going to be a nightmare for law enforcement. It's going to be a nightmare for public safety in the event that something happens and police and other first responders need to get there. It was one thing when it was small, when it was just, you know, a passive thing, a community thing. But this lineup,
What's the first?
this lineup is huge. It's huge. It's going to be detrimental to that area. So this is not just simply a matter of rescheduling it. It's a matter of acknowledging that there was more at play when this was presented to you than you were aware of. There was more at play in terms of what the impact is going to be in that area and on taxpayer dollars as these contracts that fall below the threshold that you need to approve are entered into. Because it's not one vendor. It's not like it's one vendor who's the promoter and then the vendor is hiring the bands. These are individual contracts with each band, and they all fall under the threshold. For all we know, unless there's some information that we're missing, but for all we know, the mayor is paying these vendors up to the maximum amount before it has to get passed by the council. So with that being said, I would suggest that you, at a minimum, table this, if not vote it down.
Well, that was,
thank you.
that was one of my concerns with this. I was always under the impression that it was strictly just dates, okay? I have issues because a lot of people said it's in Shelter Cove. They have concerns with actually the woodlands over there with causing a fire possibly. The fireworks going off with the dogs. It's in my ward, so I get all these people saying, you have one way in, one way out, so God forbid if there's anything major that's going on. I don't know what each of these cost. The band, I don't know what costs. I don't know what the fireworks cost. I don't know how much overtime it's gonna cost. I think they're great. I think that people will be fantastic, but I don't know if that's the right area. I don't know what the whole total cost is all in. I mean, they're voting for dates. They keep saying dates, but you're right. If it goes under a certain threshold, we don't ever have to see that. It gets 3 quotes, and guess what? It's a done deal.
And that's great for some of these bands. I'm friends with some of these bands.
I'm not against any.
Great,
I'm more
great
against the
groups,
fireworks and
but
bands.
it's detrimental to our
No, I
community. It's
get it.
detrimental to the
Listen,
taxpayers,
just
and
so
it's
you
a
know,
detriment to
just so
public
you know,
safety.
for the record, I already contacted the Department of Forestry to see if we could start doing some thinning out of because I talked to Eastover. It's not in the preview. They have to go through the DEP, the forestry. We reached out to them because if something happens over there, God forbid what's going to happen. That's just going to go right on down Bay Avenue and take out all those houses. And they're coming to me.
Where are they?
You're absolutely
No,
right.
I'm just telling you.
You're absolutely right, Councilman.
Council President, may I?
Like I said, I think at a minimum, you should table this, and if not, vote it down.
Okay, thank you. You had something?
Yeah, I would just like to say, first of all, that this is incredibly popular. As Mr. Williams stated, it's like thousands of people sometimes that come down to the beach. It's a family fun event. These are the kind of things that nice towns do. As far as taxes, as I'm sure you all know, because we just went very much in depth into the budget, taxes are flat, spending is down. Paul, Mr. Williams doesn't pay property taxes. He doesn't live in the area. And the people who are living in the area walk to see the shows, and you see them flooding out of their house and back into their house and all the neighborhoods. It's a great family fun event. These are the kind of things that we should be doing with taxes, doing nice things for people. I would just advise everybody up here, I mean, it's your call, but if you vote down the permit and I get stuck paying for the concert anyway, and then we can't have the show, you're going to look ridiculous. But that's something you're going to have to make a decision on principally. So
one thing that I have to add to that you didn't bring up, that brought to my attention, you cannot believe the amount of damage that the fireworks do to all the boats that are out there on the lagoons and everything, burning.
we've never gotten a complaint. There's not a single, hang on, there's not a single.
Don't interfere.
Well, no, you recognized me, and he started talking over me. You did recognize me.
To your point, there's issues that are involved.
You do all right, you want to just circle back with me then?
Yes.
Okay.
Finish up, Councilman.
No, he interrupted me. He did his job. That's fine.
Okay.
Yeah, again, we haven't had a complaint here even once, other than, somebody who's obviously political and complains about everything and pays no taxes. Now, as far as boat damage, we've never seen any boats damaged before.
Mayor, we never had complaints about the traffic and the noise and
Never.
the damage to the
None. It's such a
fields,
huge
the
event.
garbage.
Such a huge event. Everybody loves it.
Everybody loves it until something happens, and then all of a sudden, everybody
Right,
puts their
right.
hands.
Well,
up.
we have the
Right?
fire,
No.
this is for the fire department and the permits, and fireworks have been shot over this town for 100 years.
Okay.
You know, under the supervision of the fire
Okay,
marshal.
gentlemen,
Right.
we're going to move
Thank
on.
you.
Yes, you have a comment about?
Yes, Julie Adamek. I'm just going to remind you of what was one of the people that came to the mic back in 2024 who indicated in their town with veterans, the Veterans Park in Bayville, that the residents do not pay for fireworks, that they do a mayoral golf outing that is a fundraiser for that type of thing. So if the mayor is intent on doing these types of events for the public, which is really amounts to a couple hundred people, and you have over 99,000 people, and the majority of the people are not attending these concerts and these fireworks, which are simply duplication of what is being offered all over the county. Many things being offered by the county itself, so that's our tax dollars at work there already. But if he wants to do this, he should be doing fundraising on his own to get the funds and not using taxpayers' money for this. Other towns do this same thing.
Okay, thank you. Is there anyone else in the audience that has a comment? Okay, seeing none, I need a motion to close public comment on.
I'll make a motion.
I would remind everybody, too, it's the 250th anniversary of the United States of America this year. I think fireworks are great. I think these shows are great. And I think the public very much supports them. Coming out against fireworks is un-American, and you're going to look ridiculous, especially since we have to pay for them anyway.
Okay, thank you. All right, we need a motion. You want to ask?
Since you, let's motion, even though let's motion to close public comment, Council President, real quick.
Okay. I need a motion to close public comment.
So moved.
Is there a second?
I'll second it.
Thank you.
All
All
in
in favor? Aye.
And now
Any
motion on
opposed? Hearing none.
Motion on Resolution E.
Okay, I need a motion for.
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion to approve Resolution E was made by Councilman Coleman, seconded by Councilman Aber. Councilman Coleman?
Yes.
Councilman Aber?
Yes.
Councilman Bradley?
Listen, we have bigger priorities in this town, and listen, I like fireworks, all right? But I think it's excessive at a certain point, and I believe that we have things falling apart in this town, and listen, I'm all for fun, but let's fix stuff first, and then we can have as much fun as we want, but also I don't think we should be wasting the taxpayers' money on something that maybe they don't want to go to. So my vote is no.
Councilman Bianchini?
I'm a veteran. I appreciate it. It's our 250th anniversary. A lot of people brought some concerns. I know that the mayor loves it. It's a good day for the PR with his name in the back screen and all that stuff. I know what's going on. I know why he's pushing for this, but I'm voting no.
Council Vice President Iverson?
I think too many fireworks displays just dilute the whole concept of our independence and 250th. I think it should be just kept on 4th of July, so I vote no.
Council President Sikosi?
I'll vote last, please.
Councilwoman O'Toole?
Yes.
And now Council President Sikosi?
Council President, we're going to pay for this anyway. I'm just reminding you, this is just about moving the date. This is already it's already contracted.
Okay.
He's warning you.
All
Yes,
right.
so all the arguments about saving the township money are moot.
Moot, because you're throwing the money away because you won't move the date for the permit because it's been paid for already.
Okay.
I did. The mayor, I hired them. Yeah. Go ahead.
I have to respect Councilman Bianchini. This is his ward, Ward 1. He knows that area like the back of his hand. He knows the marina there. He knows all the people there, the park, and we're all for fireworks, you know, but, and I said it before about this, Tom's River is not in the entertainment business, okay? It's great to have it on the 4th of July, and maybe another event, but I'm not for having bands and fireworks all summer long, and I just think it's just too much trouble. So I'm voting no.
Moving on to item letter M.
Okay.
Which one is we on?
M.
Letter M.
M is the employee contract, right?
Yeah.
M, yeah, that's the foreman that take our trash and recyclables, and the guys, it's the supervisor, so all the foremen in the roads department, parks, buildings, grounds, all those folks. The supervisors in code enforcement and all of the building inspectors. Yeah, we came to an agreement of 3% a year, no retro pay. Oh, no, a little more in the first year to make up for the retro, right? Yeah, so that's the agreement. 3.3 year 1, 3, 3, and 3. It's significantly more generous than the prior couple of contracts, but I think inflation is something that a lot of families are wrestling with right now. I mean, it's nearly impossible to buy a steak anymore. I feel like I need a mortgage. So I don't know how folks with restaurant businesses keep up right now. So, you know, they have the right to collectively bargain. We bargained. We came to an agreement. I would support it if I think it should be supported. So.
I just have one question, Dave, as well.
Yes, go ahead.
So,
sir.
how long has this contract been going on for negotiation?
I don't recall. I just know it's settled now.
Okay, is it 2 years? What I'm trying to get at, is it for a 4-year contract from today?
Yeah, you know, the contract does not go backwards. The contract goes from here forward. It's always typically 4 years, these deals.
Okay, so it's-
That's why I inherited 8 of them. No one had.
So what was the first year, 3.5?
No. The first year, again, in lieu of retro pay, which means the folks were flat for a year or two, we gave them an extra 1/3%. It's a lot of work to go back and log in all the pension changes to do the retro, and it takes a tremendous amount of time. So in lieu of that, it's 3.3% in the first year, but you get the benefit of compounded interest, which you don't really get, or not compounded interest, but compounded percentages. So they agreed to do that instead of retro.
Okay, that answers my question. So it's 4 years going forward. It's not, we have to go back to the table in 2 years.
No, 4 years going forward. You're in for 4 years, 3. And listen, headwind, inflation is significantly higher than that, and I don't have to tell you that. Just go to the pump or, like I said, try to buy a piece of meat, and you'll see what it's like. So as you all know, I'm a pretty fiscally conservative guy. I think we got a good deal for the employees and a good deal for the town.
All right, thank you, Mayor. All right. So, any more questions on this?
No, we're good.
Okay, so I need a motion then.
I'll make a motion.
Okay, on M.
Yes.
I'll second it.
Is there a second? Okay, by Councilman Bradley.
Motion was made by Councilman Bianchini, seconded by Councilman Bradley. Councilman Bianchini?
Yes.
Councilman Bradley?
Yes.
Council Vice President Iverson?
Yes.
Council President Sakozy?
Yes, absolutely.
Councilman Coleman?
Thank you to our township workers.
Council President, can I interrupt for a second just to go backwards to this permit?
No,
The
let us-
BA just told me that the permit was for the 250th anniversary.
Okay, all right. Let us finish,
celebration.
and then we'll go back, okay?
Okay, all right.
All right? That's fair, right?
Councilman Aber?
Yes.
Councilwoman O'Toole?
What?
That was a yes.
Okay. All right, then, what do we have?
And
And,
N? Or you, right?
no, and was for me.
N now?
Is there any open public comments here? See?
No, wait,
And you and Y.
Resolutions N, U, and Y are remaining.
So I had some issues. You want to ask public comment first, Dave?
So we're on letter N.
yes, okay,
Ask if there's any public comments first.
all right. Is there any public comment on N? Okay,
What she said she had something.
all right, thank you. I'm losing track here.
Everybody has to get up with their phone. I wonder who's texting them these questions.
All right,
It wasn't
no,
her
no,
question.
it's a
What my-
notebook.
What my concern
Your
on
name and address,
N
ma'am?
is without having a
Wait,
full...
just state your name again.
Oh, sorry, Joanne Greenberg, 2931 Crestview Lane.
Thank you.
When I look at the statistics from 2024 to 2026, we are down, I think, 16 police officers. That's 2 years' time. The 6 is great if that comes to fruition. I don't understand why we have to buy more cars when we don't even have a full force, and that money might be better utilized.
Yeah, well, it's replacements.
Yeah,
Yeah,
replacement of old cars
they-
that-
So then do we get money for the ones that we're replacing?
No, they get moved into park police and into other functions, right? And then the most fit vehicles are with patrol. And
Even though-
there has always been a 10-year replacement cycle. You buy 10 cars per year over 10 years. But we have an aging fleet, so I bumped it up to 15. I was intending on doing that again next year as well. It's important. You know,
I
the
agree.
cops have to be in a safe vehicle.
Yeah.
The vehicle has to be roadworthy.
Agreed.
Even though certain Democrats in Trenton don't want us chasing people, you have to be able to.
I agree, but we
Okay.
need cops to be in them, that's all.
Oh, yeah, I think we addressed that already, and I know you have to read from your phone for these
Mayor,
comments,
Mayor,
but.
no
Wait a minute, I was.
Comments
Oh,
with the public.
okay.
Thank you.
You said we could go back to the firework thing. I just want to be very clear.
All right,
Counsel.
no, but I don't think we're done yet.
We have,
The-
oh, you want to go to the end then?
To the end,
Gotcha.
please. Okay?
Oh, the end of the meeting or the end of
Well,
the
it-
consent
Once we take care
agenda?
of the resolutions, then you could bring it up.
I'm just going to remind everybody, I'll just remind you that the date that you didn't switch for is for the 250th
Okay.
anniversary of the United States of America, and you guys have
we
just
can
basically
change it.
said we can't do the fireworks permit.
You can
All
do
right,
that
I don't
one
want to
day.
talk about it right
let's
now.
I'm just
Thank you.
giving you a heads up, you're going to wind up statewide news.
So,
It's
is
crazy.
there anybody else on N?
Hey, me.
Okay, seeing no public comment, I need a motion to close public comment on N.
I'll move it.
Thank you. Is there a second?
Second.
Councilman Aber?
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Hearing none. I need a motion to approve N.
No, M.
Yeah.
No.
Say it-
Excuse me.
We did M already, now this is N.
Oh,
I'll
For
move
the
it to
police cars.
motion. to
N.
approve.
The cars?
M,
So who made the motion? Councilman Coleman?
yes, and
second.
Motion was made to approve item N was made by Councilman Coleman, seconded by Councilman Aber. Councilman Coleman?
Yes, I just want to make one comment on that. The chief did talk to us about cars, and he said, you know, we're not in good shape. We have cars that have no engines because we had to pull them and put them in other cars. Some are rusted out. He said we are in need of some new vehicles. So that's why my vote is yes.
Councilman Aber?
Yes.
Councilman Bradley?
Yes.
Councilman Bianchini?
I had a few issues that I wanted to talk to Dottie about before we got to this point, but one is that we're buying these 10 police cars through the co-op, correct?
15.
Or 15 or whatever, 15 of them. So it's going through a co-op. It's the second one. The first one, I guess, there was some defects with the cars, or there was some faulties and they couldn't get them or something like that. What was the reasoning?
I'm going to jump in for Dorothy. I explained this before, you're asking it again. We went fully in detail, but I'll do it again. To be clear, we passed this. It was, when we initially were going to purchase, we were going to go with the chief's recommendation for the Cranford Co-op.
Yep.
That co-op, when we went to the dealer, they tried to hose us and tried to pull a fast one, which we believe is illegal. They're not allowed to charge more than what they bid. So we can't buy it from them because they won't give us the cars for the price that were bid. This is not a co-op. This is the state contract, which is slightly more, 2,000 a unit? 2,000 a unit more, or something like that, which is still an incredible deal for a car that we could never touch. I know we would never be able to get a Tahoe for 51 grand. You can hardly get a Honda Civic for that this day and age. So we got it from the state contract, so we're voting on purchasing 15 vehicles from the state contract. The money's already been allocated. It's been bonded. It's been approved before. We're just purchasing it from a different location.
Okay, thank you for the clarification, but going forward, I know that we're buying them, and it was mentioned in the past, a lot of people complained about all the new vehicles being painted black. We're getting away from the old tradition, and it was costing more for the blue roofs. It is cheaper for you to purchase a white one versus a black one.
You're incorrect.
Yeah, so I'm not incorrect.
No,
That's
you're
my
incorrect.
mistake.
It's
And
state
also-
contract.
It's state contract, I know.
Mayor, just
I
let him
bought
finish
through
and
state
you can
contract.
rebuttal.
Yeah, no,
So
it's
what I'm
state
getting at-
contract. It doesn't matter what color it is.
So anyway,
Clerk-
so then buy white then. My problem
Clerk,
is that the black
please-
ones are ugly.
It's
They don't
Councilman
look.
Bianchini's vote.
Okay, but
Just letting you.
please make a notation that the mayor is interrupting at 8:45, okay? Thank you.
So what I'm getting at is that I would like to sit there, see some kind of unity as far as the police department. We have some black ones, which I don't think are very visible at nighttime for the police officers. We're changing because of the color of a roof. If they're all white, at least it looks like some kind of similarity with the police department. We're just in utter disarray with the police department. And I'm just trying to make it gel a little bit better. I'm for the new cop cars. I believe that we need them. I'm just trying to get some simple answers, that's all. I don't need the mayor to keep trying, I just need the public to know what my thoughts are, that's all.
Okay, thank you. Mayor?
Yes, the roofs of the vehicle, part of the upfit was paying $7,000 per vehicle to paint the roof blue.
I didn't say paint, I said leave them white, just buy them.
Okay,
That's all.
but the vehicles are easier to get to in black.
Oh, God.
They either come in white and black, and that's the way they stock them when they come with that package. And the decision was made a couple of years ago that we were going to go with them in black, and we've continued to buy them in black. And I don't think the residents care. I think this is another one of those things where it's like identity politics, where we're talking to this small group of people who cared about that, who
Okay,
had
Mayor,
some
you're getting
tradition.
off subject now. Thank you.
No, I'm not. I'm very much on the subject. So buying them white and painting the roofs black
I didn't say-
was $7,000. By not doing that,
I didn't
we
say-
were able to move from the Explorer.
Mayor.
No, yeah, now he's interrupting me. You see what I'm saying?
Mayor,
So note that
white
right
cars.
now it is 8:44, and Councilman Bianchini's interrupted me, and before it was 8:41 when I had interrupted him.
Mayor, you're getting
So-
off topic, please.
Circling back,
All right.
we were able to move from an Explorer in white that we would pay $7,000 to paint the roof blue to a better vehicle, a bigger vehicle, a longer-lasting vehicle, one that's more comfortable for police, one that's easier to put a prisoner into without it costing any more, just simply by
Okay.
buying the black car. and
Thank
not
you for
painting
the
it. Thank you.
explanation, Mayor. Thank
Much
you.
appreciated. Thank you for giving me the opportunity, sincerely.
You're
Thank you,
welcome. Thank
Council
you.
President.
Okay.
All right, so we still need Councilman Bianchini's vote.
Yes.
Council Vice President Iverson?
Okay, having worked in a body shop, brand-new vehicle, no prep work, a white vehicle, 15 of them in the shop, bang them out, probably in a day, $1,000 a piece. 7,000, you get a brand-new complete paint job. Okay, so I don't know where he's getting these prices
That's what
bid
we're
on these
paying.
cars, but I think that's ludicrous.
That's what
When
we
you
were
need the
paying.
cars,
Mayor?
well, maybe if you bid it out.
That's exactly what happened, sir.
Yeah.
Got bid out.
Right.
That's what he came in at. That's what happens. We bid everything. You've been up here for a long time now, Tom. I thought you would at least learn
Mayor,
some
this
process.
is off subject now. You're
Sorry,
interrupting
Mark,
the
that-
meeting.
Yeah, no,
okay?
no. No,
Let's finish it up.
8:45.
Every accusation is a confession from the worst thing that ever happened to Tom's River.
Okay.
I vote yes for the cars.
Okay, thank you.
At 8:46.
All right, clerk, please.
Council President
continue.
Sekozy?
Yes.
Councilwoman O'Toole?
Okay.
That brings us to item U.
Is that the last one?
We have
No.
U and
we
Y.
got Y, okay.
Right now is U.
All right, you want to read this, please?
This is a resolution of the Township of Toms River, Ocean County, New Jersey, authorizing the execution of a collective negotiations agreement between the Township of Toms River and the Teamsters Local 97 Blue Collar Bargaining Unit.
Okay. Is there anyone in the audience that has a comment or a question about you?
The Teamster, is the Teamster.
No? Okay. Seeing none, I need a motion to close public comment, please. Is there a second?
Close.
All in favor?
Aye. Any opposed? Hearing none. Any council members have a question on you? Who pulled
The
this?
only question I had is this the same increases for this union as it for the other one that? They're identical?
I want to be, yeah, but let's steer away from that, because that is not always the case, so it's a good question. This one, I believe, is 3.3 also. First year, followed by 3, 3, and 3, but that is not always the case. So,
I asked.
yeah.
Okay.
So
and
just to
there's-
be clear, I think it's going to be a little different with the, we also just settled the white, the white collar, the secretaries and stuff, right? They have to vote on it. That one will come back with slightly different parameters, so.
Okay. All right. Any other council members have questions? No? All right, let's get this vote done, because this is important.
Motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion to approve. Item U is made by Councilman Coleman, seconded by Councilman Aber. Councilman Coleman?
Yes.
No tax.
Councilman Aber?
Yes.
Councilman Bradley?
Yes.
Councilman Bianchini?
Yes.
Councilman Vice President Nivison?
Yes.
Council President Sekozy?
Gladly, yes.
And
Thank you
Councilwoman,
to our workers.
and Councilwoman O'Toole. All right,
Okay,
now the last item that was pulled is item Y.
I think we just went over all this with
Yeah.
Mr.
Yeah.
Zangaro.
Yeah.
I think we did.
Yep, okay.
It's
Well,
the same
well,
thing. So is there another question, or?
You have another question on why? I do have a follow-up? Okay, this is 3 minutes now.
Okay, so Laura Dentro, Monroe Avenue. So I heard,
You gotta give your full, you gotta give your full address for the record.
48 Monroe Avenue. Good.
It's already on the record, but
Okay.
fine. Okay, go ahead.
So anyway, I recall Councilman Bianchini saying that this was unanimously denied in zoning board meetings. So it feels a little backhanded that it's now being added in under this affordable housing unit plan. Where are we putting all these buildings? Where are we able to include the parking? What's going to happen with the school that's right there? Those classes already have, my children attended that school. I attended that school. They're already at maximum numbers of students. So what is the plan for all of this on the back end if this was to come to fruition?
These are all great questions and perfect questions.
Would you like me to jump in and answer? No.
I would like to hear what Mr. Sekozy has to say first.
Yeah. I thought we did this
Like I said
already.
before, and what the attorney said, I'm going to pass it over to the mayor. I'm going to honestly say I'm going to chicken out on this one.
Yeah,
I don't think you're
Okay.
chickening out. I mean, I don't
Yeah.
think it's wrong to try to go to somebody who may have the answer that I'm looking for, which is totally fine.
Yeah.
Our school numbers have been in decline for some years as far as seats.
But not in this specific school in Walnut Street.
Well, you're making a determination that these is stagnant, right? That where you're districted is a stagnant thing. It's not necessarily stagnant. And again, this is all part of a state mandate where they wanted us to do 670 units, and had I built it the way the prior administration did, we would have about 4,000, right, at an 80 to 20. Right now, our new construction number is tiny. We did all of those deed extensions, with existing affordable housing, where we preserved affordable housing for those who needed it without destroying more open space or increasing market rate development. I think it's a great plan. These apartments are in a location that already has apartments.
Right, but where are the new buildings? Like, where in that?
There's no site plan at this point, and I think we had
Okay.
this discussion with some of the folks at Lake Ridge. There's no site plan.
Okay,
at this
when do you
point.
expect to have a site plan?
I don't have the site plan. You keep saying, when do you? I don't design the building. I don't do any of that. We don't do
I
that.
understand that, but,
Mayor,
but
don't-
do
I
you
don't
give a
think you guys-
time
She's
frame?
concerned, there's going to be, and I'm concerned, and we're all concerned, there's going to be 6 buildings there.
I'm not trying to be disrespectful. I'm trying to understand, and I'm trying to
Right.
make everybody else understand. You're telling us this is the best thing for us.
No,
just
no,
'cause you're
I
telling
didn't,
us
I didn't
that
say
doesn't
that.
mean that
I
that's.
didn't say it was the best thing for us. The best thing would be if we didn't have to build this affordable housing, but we were given an obligation by the state of New Jersey, by the courts, and we filled what could have amounted to 3,000 or 4,000 units with less than, somewhere in the neighborhood of 250 or so new construction. It's an incredible accomplishment. And all of the development that will be produced will be put on 9, right there where you're talking about, and I guess 4 units on Route 70 or so, on Route 37. It's not going to change.
Okay, so I just want to ask you one more time. Okay, so we have this plan in place. We have this resolution here, but we don't actually know what's happening and what it's. So you want us
No,
to
no, we
pass
don't
it, but
have,
we
no,
don't
we don't
know
have, no.
any of the information.
No one's passing anything. This is a state-accepted plan.
Okay.
It has been passed already several times. Where they go, like the actual building and the design of the building, that comes at a later phase.
Okay, so
So you'll have an opportunity when they present construction plans. So will the planning board, the zoning board, correct, Mr. Zingaro? How does that work? It's a long process, correct, over 10 years or so? Like this could happen tomorrow, or how does this go?
So, just so everyone's very clear, the concept plan for the project is in the settlement agreement. It
Oh, it
provides.
is?
Yes,
Okay.
it identifies that our planner isn't with us, but it identifies where the buildings are constructed within the Jamestown property. These additional buildings do not extend beyond the Jamestown property. Basically, at this point, this settlement agreement puts into place the zoning for the property and the bulk standards. Now, the developer will have the 10-year period, if they can get their own financing in place to get this project across to the planning board in a month, maybe that happens. Wait, let me just finish.
Yeah, sure, absolutely. Go ahead.
And we went over 5 minutes.
Yeah,
right?
absolutely.
If
Go
it's
ahead.
6 months, if it's a year,
Are we
if it's
past
7
5
years, the
minutes? We're way
township
past
will
5
have
minutes, David.
satisfied.
It went on, it was 3 and it did go off.
Okay, I didn't hear it, thank you.
The township will have satisfied its obligation for the 10 years. We do not have to ensure that that developer gets it to the planning board, but during that 10-year period, the developer can bring forward that application.
And it could change. Could it change?
So what happens is if that developer wants to modify their project, they have to present those proofs to the planning board. And let's say they want to, if they want to make modifications, they have to go before the board and they have to present their proofs. They have to go before the board and put on all the proofs they typically would. This puts into place that zoning.
Okay.
So in the standard way, you have a town sets the zoning, and then the developer says, I want to use that zoning to develop my project. They still have to go to the planning board.
But if the zoning board already denied it.
Way beyond 5 minutes, right?
So
I understand that you don't like what I'm saying.
No, it's not that.
But-
So we addressed it, and you got back up, you read from your cell phone, and you're repeating the same things again. And this is something that, just to be clear, I'm sorry, I just want to say something. We're way beyond the time anyway.
Privilege.
It would be 80-20. So people would file builder's remedies, right, if we don't have a plan. And then instead of being 46% affordable, people would build wherever they wanted, all over town, if we didn't have a plan, until those units were filled. We had this discussion. We talked about the initial deadline. Folks didn't believe us. Shortly thereafter, when we blew the deadline, Meridia filed a builder's remedy lawsuit. This is all part of a program, right? And this was addressed.
Meridia was They already had their project.
These units, if they're not produced, will get produced
Just stop saying that.
somewhere, except right now, we have them at like 40-some-odd% affordable to market rate, and then 2 other developments at 100%, and we're done for 10 years. We've been down this road already, we've had this discussion already, we've answered your questions pretty intensely, and we're paying this attorney, what's your hourly rate, sir? That's a lot, right? Oh, it's a lot. I think it's time to let him go home, and we're working on 9 o'clock, answering the same questions again. Frankly, I'm ready to go home.
Well, here's what I would like to say to you. I am a resident of this town. My family's been here for generations, 7 as a matter of fact.
And you live by Jamestown?
So my children attended that school.
Where do you live? You don't live anywhere near
I
Jamestown.
live in North Dover. It doesn't matter
Right,
where I
you
live.
don't live anywhere near there. You were reading from a cell phone initially.
Mayor,
You can't,
Mayor,
well, don't,
I don't-
it's not right. We can have our back and forth.
Sir, I've been very
We can have our back-
respectful
Out
to
of
you.
order.
I'm
You're
not.
out
And-
of order
We're not out of
with
order.
her.
Let her go on
Yes,
for-
you are.
And
You
I've
let her
been
exceed the
very
time,
respectful
please.
to you.
We're almost
Right,
done.
but Dave, you let her
Be a
exceed.
gentleman.
You let her exceed the time.
That's her.
You let her
time.
exceed the time with the same question
Because-
over and over again.
Interrupting.
Hey, sir.
I'm not
Please.
interrupting her.
Sir,
I'm not interrupting her. I
Mr.
gave her an
Mayor.
attorney to talk to her again.
Mr. Mayor, I just
You're
want to
past
say,
your time, Dave.
No,
She's
no.
past your time.
Hey, she
So
can
the
stay
order
here
doesn't
all
go in-
night. I'll sit here.
Order doesn't go in one
Have the
direction.
right to speak.
Order doesn't
So
go in one
please.
direction, Dave. Either you're going to enforce order
Mayor,
on the
I
meeting
can't-
in general. across the
Out
board,
of order.
No, she is out of
Please.
order as well, and you won't do anything. It's wrong. So
Mark down the
Mark-
time.
mark
that
down the
mayor
time that Dave-
interrupted
yeah.
the meeting again at 9 o'clock.
Yep, mark it down.
you.
Mark it down.
Thank you.
okay, so
Go ahead. You
I
have
would
one
just
more
like
beyond
minute
the
to finish up, please.
Yeah, I would just like to say, listen, I've come up here and I feel like I've been nothing but respectful. And for you to accuse me of being on my phone and such.
You're reading off
on-
of a cue card. Am I allowed
I'm
to
not
say
reading
that?
off of a cue card.
Let her
I am,
speak, and it's over.
listen,
But you're beyond the time, Dave.
sir,
She's got one
I'm
more
I'm
minute.
speaking
the
to you and
Interrupted.
this is being very
I'm
rude.
not answering your question.
I'm not asking you to answer a question. What I'm telling you is to respect me as a resident, and to accuse me of such
I
things,
respect
I
you.
think is out of control.
I do
And
respect
it
you.
makes you look very foolish.
No, it doesn't. What looks foolish is you acting like you live in a neighborhood when you live 10 miles from there, and reading from a cell phone and asking
I
the same
live
question twice. What's
1
foolish
mile
is
from
the,
there.
what's
1 mile.
foolish is the imbalance where some folks are allowed to blow the time limit while it's enforced
No.
on others.
But you're not even supposed to be speaking in this meeting.
No, you are not an attorney. You have no idea what you're talking
You
about,
can't,
ma'am.
it doesn't, it's not good for one person
Ma'am, you have no
to speak
idea
for
what you're
another.
talking about. I am supposed to speak at this meeting. That's
All right.
why the
I'm
microphone
going
is
to
here for
adjourn
like
the
60
meeting
years.
if you don't be
Adjourn it
quiet,
then.
please.
Adjourn it.
You know what, I don't
Okay.
want to cause any more ruckus,
All
but
right,
this
thank
meeting
you.
has gone very well.
Yeah, it's 9 o'clock.
Thank you.
You're welcome. God bless you. Thank you. All right. All right, is there any more comments on why from the public? Okay, seeing none, I need a motion to close public comment.
I'll move it.
Is there a second, please?
Second.
That was public comment?
Yeah,
All in favor?
On why?
yeah, on why.
This is
Okay,
now
okay.
item Y, we need a motion.
I'll motion to approve.
Is there a second?
Second.
Motion to approve item Y was made by Councilman Coleman, seconded by Councilman Aber. Councilman Coleman,
Yes.
Councilman Aber,
Yes.
Councilman Bradley,
Yes.
Councilman Bianchini,
No.
Council Vice President Iverson,
Yes.
Council President Sikosi,
I'll vote last, please.
Councilwoman O'Toole. Yes. Councilman Sikosi.
All right, so a lot of times we're dictated by the state to meet these requirements, and I don't think there's anybody in this room that likes that. But we have no choice, and like I said before, this is my ward. I wish it wasn't in Ward 4, and these 6 buildings are definitely going to have an impact in that area and with the school. So I'm voting yes, reluctantly, to get this behind us. So my vote is yes.
Are we going to go back to the fireworks for the 250-day anniversary?
No,
I would just,
All right.
I do it,
Okay.
excuse me, I know,
I promised you, yes, but
I just-
can you just keep it in it
yeah. I'll
for
keep
a
it-
minute or
I'll
two?
keep- I'll keep it real short.
Thank you.
But you should ask the couple of members of your club who are yelling out and enforce the order fairly across the board, right? So the couple of members from your club meeting, your club that are yelling
I
out,
can't even see that far.
right, can you, so maybe having them, I know they don't like America on the liberal left,
Mayor,
but.
just stick to the point.
But we have a 250th anniversary, and you guys just voted against the date that would do that, and we paid
we
for the
voted-
concert, we paid for it, we're paying for the concert, we're contracted for that, we're contracted for the fireworks, and we need the permit date so that we can have the 250th anniversary celebration. And I would just like to give, most politicians would just let you do it, what you did, and let the public have at you for it. I'm giving you another opportunity to make right what you did and vote to approve the permit. And I'm not looking for a political score on you, although you're going to look ridiculous if you don't
Mayor,
approve it.
You didn't listen to us. We said it was too many fireworks. We weren't against the
We didn't add any
fireworks.
dates. It's a
Okay.
switch of a date.
Oh, okay.
It's the 250th anniversary, Dave.
And the bands.
Dave, it's the 250th anniversary. We paid, we need the permit. Please put it back on. I could take the political victory lap here and show the public how ridiculous you are. I'm giving you another opportunity to change your vote and give it another shot.
Okay, hold on. Okay.
I'm going to make a motion to change that, if we can amend it, to the 250 fireworks celebration. That's the one we're for. We're not July 4th.
This is
for
the date. No. There's a,
Whatever
Okay,
date
we
that
gotta
is.
pull- we gotta pull the
Tom's River
permit.
already has fireworks in Beechwood that Tom's
Okay.
River traditionally has celebrated the
Right.
4th of July with.
okay, we're going all over the
You added
map.
all these others,
We're going all over the map here.
all over your map.
It's an
Your
opportunity
map.
for you to
Now, it's an
revote. If
opportunity
you don't want to
gain
revote,
points.
if you don't want to revote, that's fine.
Gentlemen, please.
We'll revote for the one firework display for
Okay,
the
so
250th.
that's what the resolution is for a permit.
One firework
No,
display.
it's a resolution for, what's the date change?
2 days.
From July
30th.
28th to June 30th. Like I said, consider it gracious. The public is going to think that you're absolutely ridiculous. It's your call what you do, but I would put it back on if I were you. You would need a motion for the item, and then you would need a second and a vote.
Doesn't matter.
All right.
We'll leave it alone.
Council, is there a council person here that's willing to make a motion?
I don't hear any.
I'll motion. I'll motion.
Okay, so you got a motion from Mr. Aber.
Wait a minute, who's running the meeting now?
You said you would give me an opportunity.
I don't need.
Council President,
But you got and again, you're selectively enforcing. You got this guy Williams yelling out.
Made the motion. I'm in charge. So
No, go ahead. Yeah, I'm just telling you what you would need.
Yes, I make a motion.
Okay, is there a second?
Can I ask what the motion is?
To move the firework date so that we could have the 250th anniversary concert.
Specifically, it's to so we're all clear, specifically, it is to it's a motion to revote on item, what item is this? E. That is the motion.
And it's one date. It's not the.
It's only one date. It's a movement of a date.
One date. It's one date.
No, it's a movement from one date to another.
The other dates are already done.
It's a movement of dates for a permit.
Otherwise, talk about wasting taxpayer dollars, it's just flushing money down the toilet that's already been
It's already
allocated.
been allocated. It's already been contracted. So you, Council President?
Council President, we have a motion to revote on Resolution E, which is the fireworks resolution.
And a
that-
second.
That motion was made by Councilman Aber.
I'll second. More clarity on this.
Seconded by Councilman Coleman. Councilman Aber.
One.
Yes.
Councilman Coleman.
Yes.
Councilman Bradley.
Come on, Clinton, this is an important moment in our history. You're a military guy.
Mayor,
don't talk about my military service like you care. You didn't go to Iraq and almost get blown off the earth, so don't talk about my military
You went
service
to-
in that manner.
all right, we're just
I was
waiting for
just-
your vote.
I was just honoring your service.
Yeah.
I
Yeah,
didn't know you went to Iraq. I didn't know you went to Iraq.
no.
Did you go to Iraq? No.
Yes, I went to Iraq, and
All right,
my
Thank you
answer,
for your
my vote is
service.
no.
Thank you for your service.
Councilman Bianchini?
No.
Councilman Iverson?
I vote yes.
Thank you, Councilman.
Council President Sakozy?
I have a question for the attorney. If I abstain, then...
It's going to pass if...
It'll pass on an
Does
abstention.
Lynn still have to vote?
Yes.
You want to call
I'm
in?
going to ask Lynn to vote first?
Yes, please.
Okay.
Councilwoman O'Toole, your vote to revote on item E.
I vote yes.
So-
Councilman Sakozy?
So we have four affirmatives, although, Mr. Sakozy, I think that you're a man of action, not inaction.
Oh, boy, here's pep talk here.
Yeah. Wow.
He's complimenting you.
Means I'm encouraging him not to abstain.
Reasons why, I'll state again, the township's
I wouldn't
not in, we have no problem for the July 4th fireworks or the 250th anniversary of the United States, the Declaration of Independence. That's all good, but we're not for having bands and continual fireworks in that area. So I'm going to abstain. I'm changing my vote to abstain.
Okay. Moving on to the reports. We need a motion and a second.
A motion.
Second.
Motion to approve the reports is made by Councilman Coleman, seconded by Councilman Aber. Councilman Coleman?
Yes.
Councilman Aber?
Yes.
Councilman Bradley?
Yes.
Councilman Bianchini?
Yes.
Council Vice President Iverson?
Yes.
Council President Sakozy?
I want to, our golf course is killing it. It's just doing really good. So I thank the men and women at the golf course there, and the weather's been good, and
And $2 more on out-of-towners.
Pardon?
We did $2 more for out-of-towners last year, this year, so that's part of it. You know,
Okay.
it's still, even for an out-of-towner, it's still, man, the cheapest round of golf you're gonna find, you'd have to drive, what, 40 miles, 30 miles?
Okay, thank you.
Yeah.
And then on the other hand, our building permits really went up in May, so interpret that the way you want. It's a good thing for the town or a bad thing. And year-to-date, we finally surpassed 2025. So I'm voting yes on the reports.
Councilwoman O'Toole?
Yes.
Moving on to the bills. This is the bills list dated May 22nd and June 5th.
Need a motion, please, on the bill?
I motion.
Okay. Do you have to abstain from anyone?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
I have to abstain from PO number 26-02699 and PO number 26-02562. But I vote yes for all the others.
Okay. Motion was made by Councilman Aber with those two abstentions that we recorded. We need a second.
Second.
Second was made by Councilman Coleman. I'm not going to make Councilman Aber repeat himself. Councilman Coleman?
Yes.
Councilman Bradley?
I have to abstain from PO number 26-01458, but yes to the balance.
You gotta say who it's to.
To the Toms River Fire District 2.
Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interject. We just gotta keep everything legal.
Thank you.
Councilman Bianchini?
I vote yes.
Council Vice President Iverson?
Yes.
Council President Sakozy?
Yes.
Councilwoman O'Toole?
Yes.
Council President, could we end with an executive session?
Okay, but I have, you mean after?
Is that allowed or no? Or did we not advertise it?
No.
No,
Yeah, I'm not staying that late. I got.
You want to talk legal?
you have to.
We can't? Okay, no, then we'll do it in another meeting.
Okay.
Or if you want to meet in a smaller
All right,
group.
but I have a little business here, and back on April the 8th, we didn't put it on the agenda, but we had to, the mayor thought it would be a good idea that council would attend schooling or counseling for the Faulkner Act and how the mayorship and council, our form of government, works. And it's been 2 months, we had 60 days to complete this course. Otherwise, our pay would have been docked. And so I kept asking, you know, when we were going to have these classes and where and who was going to do it. And
Dave?
wait, let me finish. So it just kept going on and on. So we took it upon ourselves, the 4 of us, and we completed the course.
Dave?
Yes, Mayor.
Okay, just to clarify, you have ignored every email that they sent you with the,
No, I have
excuse,
not.
hang on,
I have not.
hang on, Dave.
Okay, so.
Hang on, Dave, and your course is not the course, right, unless it's given by the municipal attorney. So did you, Mr. Penny, didn't you, as per my directive, ask them again for the,
All right,
I don't even know how many times in an email, was it yesterday or
Yes,
today?
we did an April and May emails to the council.
I'm in
With the
this
dates.
building 3-4 times a week.
You didn't
Everybody
respond.
sees
Actually,
me.
Clinton
Okay,
Bradley was the only person who responded. It was Clinton
Okay.
Bradley.
And Harry.
So-
Clinton and Harry.
Any-
Clinton and Harry were the only folks who responded for the class.
All right, so we completed the course at
What-
Kane College, okay, with 2 professors over 30 years each, doctorates in the courses, and we passed.
Which courses?
In Faulkner Act training.
The Faulkner Act.
What was the course number? And we were going to need an official,
have
are you saying that you're not going to attend the course that the township has planned for you?
No, it's already.
See,
No.
listen, I'm just telling you,
Mayor, just let me
you guys
finish,
break the
then
law
you
all
can
the time.
respond.
You break the law all the time.
So I need a resolution to extend the.
You don't need it
deadline.
to
No,
extend it.
Just let me
You don't.
finish. Because Councilwoman O'Toole, Councilman Aber, and Councilman Coleman are past the deadline. So I'm asking for
No,
another 30 days.
they're not past the deadline. Hang on.
No,
We
have it
stop.
right here.
No, you're wrong, as usual.
No.
As usual, you don't, and as usual, you won't control the people who yell over me.
Oh,
You did, and here we go again. You won't control the meeting.
Quiet.
But you'll hold everyone on my team to a certain standard, but you don't hold them your own.
No.
There was sent to you dates to take a course.
No, because.
You did not take the course yet. You will not make the
course,
determination.
Completed it.
You did not. You didn't give us a transcript of what courses
I have it right
met
here.
the requirements in the resolution.
Pass it down.
And you did not. And you did not respond to
Okay.
the attorney. You did
So,
not respond to the dates.
I would like to have a resolution made to give the 3 other council people an extra 30
They don't need
days.
it because the course hasn't been given yet.
The expiration
They
date.
need it.
It says 60
We didn't
days.
give you the course.
It says 60
You didn't accept the
days.
dates. So we didn't start the course.
April the 8th. and-
We didn't
and
start the
we're-
course because unlike you guys, I didn't do that to you. So
All right.
you have to accept the dates for the course or you'll be in violation of the ordinance. Pick a date. You've been offered them now for 2 months. You haven't
Completed the course already.
You did not complete the course and you did not respond to the email. What course did you,
We didn't complete it.
what is that?
It's from Kane College.
What
They-
course?
We went to the Faulkner training course.
Who said it was just Faulkner? There's a whole list of things that you have to complete.
And we.
You passed the resolution. You have to, are you going to control the criminals screaming out there again or no?
Here we go.
No, right?
I think-
All right, so,
adjourn the meeting.
anyway,
Trying to give you.
you can try what you're going to try, but the law is the law. And if you're not going to complete the course, you'll be in violation of it. So, your call.
Was the last day to.
You got to go sit down and read the resolution, Dave. Sit and
Yeah,
read the
no, I have
resolution.
the resolution.
You're trying to back out of completing a course
No, I'm
that
not.
you yourself passed.
No.
And now you're saying, well, I went to something on the Faulkner Act. That's not what's listed. There's lots of things listed in that resolution. And you should go back and read the resolution, stop playing games,
We're going to
and
move
take
on
the
to
class.
public comments.